Figuring record the shit. God.
Okay. Last time you guys fought some Yetis and you won. Fought some Quagoths and you won. And you made your way into a four-segmented and partially broken chamber where initially did not feel like there was anything there, and then out of the water rose a few water weirds and water elementals. Cue a rather fun battle for me, where the party was fighting water weirds and a water elemental. You killed the one water elemental, and it just dispersed into water and kind of fell back down into the current below. You killed one of the water weirds, and by that I mean Miris did underwater. And before that, one of the water weirds grabbed Big Toon and pulled him over the edge and down into the water. One of them pulled Miris down into the water. Miris, after fighting a ghost, lost 10 health for the next until he takes a long rest, and proceeded to get essentially strangled to an unconscious state underwater. Irini went and saved him using some DM shenanigans, and what was it? And Big Toon through a couple of really bad rolls, got pulled to a total of 75 feet underwater and is still restrained. For a couple of other bad rolls, Big Toon has also, he rolled a natural one on an attack roll with Flare Glimmer and failed also his sleight of hand check. And Flare Glimmer is currently falling next to him in the dark abyss of the water. And I believe you proceeded to try to use your claws, and I don't think you crit failed that one, but you were not able to break yourself free from the water weird that is currently trying to strangle you to death underwater. Through a desperate attempt to try to help you break free, as the party can no longer see you, as you're so far down, Irini played a vicious ditty on her lyre, and you were able to hear it, and you are inspired. So you do not have Flare Glimmer. It's floating down next to you. You would have to use, I would say, one of your attacks to be able to grab it. Because you have to succeed on a roll to be able to do so. Otherwise, I'd count it as an interaction to pick it back up. And you have to break free from your grapple, or just try and freaking kill it while it's invisible underwater. And so
yeah, for what it's worth, I did crit fail on the claw attack, and I hurt myself.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if you crit failed on that one too. I just know that you struggled really bad, 2 or 3 times in a row.
Yeah, Big Toon's going through it.
Big Toon's feeling it. As I was mentioning to everybody else, Nick, since you joined late, I did add a new health indicator, so you can, by hovering over people, get an idea as to how badly hurt they are. Same thing with enemies that you can see. You should be able to hover over them and be able to see how injured they are. And I added something else too. Oh yeah, to help us understand better whose turn it is, when it's someone's turn, there'll be a little magic circle that floats around them, and then it's blue for allies and orange for enemies right now. So you'll be able to kind of have a better view as to whose turn it is, especially when it's enemies halfway across the screen, or just outside of your vision. You can tell whose turn it is a little bit better than me just saying it's this person in the north. You can see it now. So, and I still have not fixed crits. So working on that, we'll figure that out as I take time in the next coming weeks to analyze it. But unless there was something else major that I missed, we're going to kick it back off at the top of the round 4, against the water creatures. Matra now starts us at the top of the round. She can only see the water elemental, so she's going to blast Eldritch at it and try and do some damage. And she will miss. She rolled a 3. So she fires off a blast of like raw arcane energy, and like while it does hit the creature, it hits like on it kind of just ripples off and doesn't really take any damage from that. She's gonna move over by Irini to look and see if she can see you, and realize that you are very deep. You're in the deep dark of the water, and get a little sad. That'll bring us to Ono, who he has lightning breath prepared, but his position, it'd be hard for him to use it without also hitting an ally, because it's a 15-foot cone, so it would catch at least one of you. Instead, he's gonna turn to the water elemental. And oh no, the boy, the man, the legend, is going to, I think, use Ray of Frost. Because on water elementals, Ray of Frost. Oh wait, no. I think, is it water reeds or water elementals? It is water elementals. When they're hit by cold attacks, it reduces their movement by 20 feet. So he's gonna try and just like slow its ability to move, so you guys can ideally get more hits in without it trying to fuck over the party. So Ono's trying to think ahead a little bit here. Especially because he's probably panicking a little bit inside, since Big Toon is strapped underwater. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, at some point.
True. This is true. Hopefully.
Some of the party should make it through this.
Right? Someone's bound to die at some point. Why not today? I'm kidding. But that'll bring us to, as Ono stands at a distance and is firing off blasts, partially trying to keep an eye on the water elemental, trying to keep an eye on Miris. He's going to, that'll be his turn, so that'll bring us to Big Toon.
Okay,
You cannot see pretty much anything. You know the rough idea as to where Flare Glimmer is, so you would have to make a, it'd be a sleight of hand check to, like, grab out and try and grab it out of the water.
do I need to try to ungrapple myself first?
You don't need, because grappling just restricts your movement for the most part. You can still make your attacks and perform skill checks and stuff. So you could grab Flare Glimmer first, or you could try and break yourself free first. I mean, you could do either one.
I think. I guess I'll just reach for it first. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to do both anyway.
Okay, sleight of hand check, sir. Beautiful. As you
Awesome.
instinctively, like, you've been watching it fall alongside you, keeping your pace for the time being as the water weird's trying to drag you down. You know where it is. You reach your claw around and you're able to grab it out of the water. You now have Flare Glimmer back for use in your hands.
Sweet. Can I try to wiggle free now?
Absolutely. An athletics check.
Alright.
And you are inspired should you need it. A 17 will break you free, finally, from the water weird underwater, as you exert more physical force than you've been able to, like, hold your breath and use, like, stretch, like, clench your muscles and push as hard as you can. You're able to break free from its watery tendrils. And you are now free floating in the water at 75 feet down.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother trying to attack this dude. I'm just going to start swimming up.
Okay.
You got that Harry Potter spell to shoot you to the surface?
So you have that crazy freaking climb speed, but I don't think it gave you a swim speed. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't believe so.
So you swim at half of your movement speed.
So
up to the surface. You could dash. Wait, no, because you already used one of your actions, so you wouldn't be able to dash this turn.
Correct.
But you could, if we round it up, because you have 35, that could move you 20 feet closer to the surface.
Alright, I'll do that.
Okay. Okay, you are now 55 feet. below the surface, and you can see the light from the surface starting to appear once again as you open your eyes to try and get your bearings. It's faint. You wouldn't be able to see anybody at the surface, but you can see the glimmer of light coming from the breaks in the water up above.
I think that's all I'm gonna do for now.
Okay. That'll bring us to Athros.
Alright, well, since I have no idea what's actually going on with pt2, I'm just going to keep swinging my hammer at this water guy for me. What his name is, but...
Okay. $21 will hit. Ooh, that's a good chunk of damage. As you bring Spirit Breaker around once again, cracking into its watery form, you see like some of the water, not so much like evaporate away, but almost seem to like, as if in a corrosive sense, kind of melt off of its watery form and fall onto the tile below. It definitely made its mark.
Okay. I am going to move closer to everyone else, though, but still within his threat range.
Yep.
Yeah. Try and keep an eye on everything.
Okay, yep, eyes darting around, looking at the party members and seeing their status.
See Mirrors floating at the top of the water.
Yeah, you would catch you could be able to just see like parts of his cloak as he's treading water at the surface. You see an icy armor around him now from his armor of Agathis.
So yeah, he's fine. Don't need to worry about him at all. Alright, that's it for my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us to Mirrors, who he can't see the water weird, and it's technically down not 30 feet. It's down 15 feet-ish, or estimated. He doesn't know. It's invisible. I think he's gonna make his way, or try and make his way to solid land. Okay. He will move to here, which is like a little divot on the bottom of the, like, where some of the bridge has, like, caved in a while ago, so it would be a dry spot for him to, like, step off. That would be 20 feet plus the 5. He would not have enough movement to climb to the top, but he's going to... Let's see if he has... Out of curiosity... He does have a potion of healing. Okay, he's going to chug a potion of healing for his action to give himself the full healing pack. So that'd be 10 more health. There we go. He's gonna like look around and see like he can hear all the noises of like all the fighting that's going on. He wouldn't be able to see Big Toon, but he'd probably see like Ono peering over the edge, making sure that he's okay. That'll be Mirus' turn, just catching his breath. That'll bring us to the water weird that is by Big Toon, who is going to do that thing he does, and he will use part of it. It will use part of its movement to swim within 5 feet of you again. Which reminds me, I didn't do a opportunity attack to leave its threat range, but that's okay.
I didn't even think about that.
Gonna let that one slide. So that'd be 20 feet to get to you. And it's going to make an attack against you.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it will not make purchase. So it's going... You would feel like its tendrils trying to wrap around you, but it can't seem to grab you as, like, you're trying to flutter kick to the surface, and you're able to, like, keep it from latching on, so... You can tell it's there, though. You know it's
Just say
nearby.
it's still invisible, right? Because it's in the water.
Correct. It is still invisible, but you can feel its presence trying to grab onto you, but it can't grab hold. The water reach turn. Spit the boy is going to ready up an arrow and fire it at the water elemental. Because he can. And with pack tactics, he'll have advantage. will hit. So get some decent damage. And that'll bring us to a little bit more damage. And that'll be... Spit will... I think he'll move over here. Just to kind of surround it. His mindset is if we surround it, it'll go down faster because it is Spit. That'll bring us to Hedrun. Hedrun, what we thinking?
I would like some clarification
Absolutely.
first. On the elemental's turn, if it were to attack me, if I save my bonus action, not doing a double attack, I can disengage from his attack and move away. Is that correct?
Not on its
Or just
turn.
disengage now to move away?
Disengage would be on your turn. So you would have to use your bonus action now to move away. Should you decide to do so.
5, 10, 15, disengage, 20, 25, 30. I will attack it though. Let me target it. You know, let me pop up my name again or what? No.
Yeah, I guess. Here. So, there you go.
Would I have advantage on the attack?
Yes, because Aethros is within 5 feet.
Do I sharpshoot or just do a regular one? I only get one. I'll just do a regular attack.
23 will hit.
Damage. 3d6.
Alright, so you fire off a psionic arrow, and you feel it hit its mark as it sends this like purple ripple throughout the water elemental's form. You feel like your damage was successful.
Oh, that's all I can do, so I will chill right there.
That's exactly.
Okay. That brings us to the water reed that is also underwater, being weird. It is going to... It is going to move...
Wasn't that one dead?
Nope, there was 3 of them. You guys killed one of them so far.
Oh, okay.
It is actually going to move up and seeing Ono on the edge of the ledge, it's going to come up and attack Ono. Because why not? Sees Ono as easy prey. Alrighty, and it is going to fail because Ono has a good AC. And so it comes up to try and attack Ono, but Ono is able to just like kind of move out of not dodge out of the way, like dancing with his feet out of the way, but he's able to fend it off as it tries to attack him. But that is going to be its turn. So it is visible now. With this turn, that'll bring us to Irini, who, seeing the water root come up and seeing what it did to Mirus, or what the water roots have been doing to Mirus, is going to come over and try to attack it. But I feel like, because it's Irini, she would probably say something like, she'd probably use Vicious Mockery and say something like, "Hey, fuckface, why are you attacking my friends?" And try to break its self-esteem.
Gonna bust open the emotional damage.
Start busting open some emotional damage, that's right. Oh yeah, I forgot, I also updated NPC character sheets. So, they also make saving throws. They have a sheet that looks similar to yours now. Let's make a wisdom saving throw. And it will succeed, so the attack will not do damage. As the water weird just lets out this, like, this shriek in retaliation. I'm not able to do anything with it, but the damage did not seem to do what she was hoping it would. Which is sad, because that was actually decent damage for a Vicious Mockery cantrip. It's okay. She's pissed. And that'll bring us to the Water Elemental. What's their intelligence? Alright, we're gonna make a check quick. That was what I was hoping for. Okay. The Water Weird, seeing how difficult it is to attack Aethros, is actually going to move, which would prompt an attack of opportunity from Aethros if they would like it.
Absolutely, I would like that.
14 will hit. Just barely.
Yeah. I was worried. Oh, mediocre damage.
Ooh, nice. For another 11 necrotic damage. And it's going to, as it feels that ripple, it moves away from you. On top of freaking Ebrin. Seeing as how he's been able to, I think, land at least one hit on you. But he has not been able to do a nice amount of hits against Aethros. It has enough sense, because it has a higher than a freaking 2 and 3 intelligence, to make that move. And it's going to try and whelm you. Which it has... Oh, wait, I have to see if it recharges first. It might not be able to do that. I might have to move him back one.
What are you doing to me now?
It does not recharge. So he actually has to go back here. So that's on me. I would have done that at the beginning of the turn. It's going to come up and make 2 attacks against you. Because it can't absorb you. It hasn't recharged that.
Bullshit! I throw a red flag on the floor.
It does not seem to care.
It absorbs the red flag.
Yeah, right.
Good. It's full of cayenne peppers. Joke's on you.
First
You
attack,
like spice. Joke's on you.
first attack will
no.
miss. And it makes 1 more.
You can attack spit too.
27. I think that hits.
No.
But Aethros used his reaction. Oh no. Could see what's going on. How many spell slots
would,
does he have left? Because I know you're all trying to play conservative. Oh no, would not be any different. I think he would spend one. He has all of his first level spells yet. He'd spend 1 silvery barbs. And make it roll it again.
Who's he give the advantage to?
Let's see. He can't see Big Toon yet, so he couldn't give it to Big Toon. I feel like, given that who's pretty injured, I'd probably give it to Miris. Yeah, he'd give it to Miris. He has to make it. Attack one more time. It rolled the same, so it did not matter. Roll the 27 again. Okay. 4. It'll be for 15 damage. Now, this was an attack roll, so if you wanted to, you could use Uncanny Dodge to have it.
I would.
Alright, I've already done the half.
I wasn't sure if it was uncanny or disengaged to use.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
It's okay. You don't use, you haven't had a chance to use these features very much because you've been usually hit by, saving throw type stuff where you can't use Uncanny Dodge. So, attack rolls, you can use Uncanny Dodge as a reaction, which would have the damage on one of the attacks, and that spends your reaction. And then disengage from Cunning action is something you do as a bonus action on your turn to break free break free from combat with something you're engaged with in order to not be, like, in order for no attacks of opportunity to happen, basically. So, so it'll do a whopping 7 damage to you, as it attacks you. But that is all it can do on its turn. That'll bring us to the top of the round again. Matra, seeing the water weird, is going to shift her focus because it looks in better shape than what the water elemental is. And she's going to fire off a blast at the water weird. That'll hit. Damn it. Almost next. Nope, not this time. So that'll be that. She's gonna keep an eye though, looking to see. She's looking for Big Tune to try, like, as he's making his way to the surface. She can't see him yet, but she's keeping her eyes peeled for him so she can help him should he need it. That'll bring us to Ono, who, with the Dragon Breath prepared, is going to Dragon Breath the water weird. I believe it has to make a dex save. I'm just going to confirm that quick. Sure. Yes, a dex save. And it will fail, so it'll take the full damage. For a decent chunk of damage against the water weird. And it's looking worse for wear now. I don't think there's anything else that Ono would do on his turn. Let me just check. Because, oh wait, no, because that was, I believe it's a, or is it an action? Until the spell ends. Okay, it uses an action, so it's a bonus action to cast it, an action to use it on subsequent turns. That'll be all he does for the time being. He doesn't really want to step away because he knows it'll attack him. He's gonna hold his ground, feeling pretty confident that you guys, like, it'll be able to be finished off. That'll be his turn. That'll bring us to Big Tune. You are currently trying to swim to the surface.
Yes. And I would like to dash up 40 feet.
Okay. Perfect.
So that'll put me 15 feet under, right?
Correct.
Now, what would you say about me trying to use my shield to, like, grapple onto the ledge here or something?
Ooh, I didn't factor in underwater for that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say... because I haven't written it, that it would apply with the same rule. Like, until I think about this in a little bit more depth, I would say it applies with the same rules that you have, where essentially your range to fire it is halved. But you would be, like, you would be able to, if you wanted to pull yourself to the surface without disadvantage, like, you could, it'd be 15-30 for range now. 15 without disadvantage,
right.
30 with disadvantage. So yeah, I would allow it.
Okay. So I could potentially get myself, like, out of the water?
If you succeeded on the disadvantage athletics check, you could pull yourself up to, like, the surface up here. If you if you just rolled a straight athletics check without disadvantage, it would pull you to the surface.
Just to the surface.
To the surface, and then, like, next to the, like, wherever you grapple.
On the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then I wouldn't be able to get up there because it would be that my movement is over.
Right, unless you use, like, action surge to give yourself another round of movement, yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna... I might as well risk it for the biscuit.
I was hoping you'd say that. That's a big two move right there.
If he does what he does and then action surges, can he do it again to get up on the ledge by us?
I could. I'm not going to use my action surge, though.
Hypothetically,
Oh.
should you have done that? I mean, should you do that? Technically, you could. Because action surge just gives you another action of your choice, essentially. So, you could. But if you're not going to do it that way, then yes, absolutely. Risk it for the biscuit. Let's see. You don't fail athletic checks very often. You just had bad rolls yesterday. Or last time.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. So disadvantage, right?
Yep, disadvantage. And then it's, yep, an athletics check. Oh no. Oh wait. You are still inspired.
I'm gonna use it,
Absolutely.
which
So-
I think guarantees it, right? I don't
It would, yeah.
actually roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would guarantee because you need a 13. So.
Yeah, so-
All right. So you channeling the musical inspiration you felt from Arena, you hurl your shield at the as high as you possibly can out of the water. You can see the ledge now, like at the 15 feet below water, and you throw your shield upward, and you can feel it latch on as you pull on the string that would pull you back up, and you feel yourself ripped out of the water with vicious ferocity. You
Can I go 15 feet out of the water?
it would pull you. You would be at the top of the ledge level, so like you would be like right on the edge, like you're. I would say hanging, but you have that spider-like movement, so you're on the wall, like where the ledge is broken. Like you're basically at the same level as everybody else, but you're like dangling on the edge. But
I'm like standing horizontally.
yes, horizontal Big Tune is out of the water.
Hey guys.
Yeah, everybody would just like hear the sound of his shield shoot out of the water, and you would hear it thud into the stone of the bridge, and then you see him reel himself up out of the water.
And then just defy every law.
Physics. Who needs it?
Okay, yeah. I don't. Let me just look here. I don't think I want to use anything else. No, I really can't unless I surge at this point. So, yep, good to go.
Okay. That'll bring us back to Athros.
Yes, so I really only see this one water weird, so I'm gonna go, or elemental, so I'm gonna go back to it and just smack it with my hammer again.
Hell yeah. Bringing Spirit Breaker around. Yeah, that'll hit. Alright, for another 11 necrotic damage as you bring your hammer in, peeling off more and more water from its physical form. Anything else on your turn at all?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. That'll bring us to Miris, who he's recuperated a little bit. Let's see what you got for. He's probably gonna spend. He's gonna climb up the side of the wall, I think, to get back up with everybody else. So it'll be an athletics check for him during his movement. He's not negative, so I feel okay with his roll, but let's see. Oh wait, he has advantage on that because of silvery barbs. Attack roll or ability check. Another one. There we. Okay, he rolled the same for both. Did it matter? Not necessarily, but he had to use it on the next one, so it didn't really matter. He pulls himself up. And it was 15 feet. Oh, that would be his movement. So, he's going to ready a shot from his. Actually, he has decent cantrips. Feeling like he'll do more damage with Chill Touch. He's gonna use Chill Touch on the water weird. My favorite misdescribed cantrip. he summons a little skeletal hand to try and to poke the water weird's shoulder. He will not hit. He rolled a 2, which gave him a 10. He did not succeed. So he attempts to cause a little harm to the water mischief, but it does not succeed. But he's just happy to be out of the water and able to breathe a little more easy from his wounds. That'll be his turn, because he lost concentration on Hex before, so he does not have that up. So it didn't matter anyway, but still. That'll bring us to the water weird. That was by Bictune. It's going to use its movement to... Actually, that would be its pretty much all of its movement to rise up to the surface next to Bictune and make an attack against him, because the two of them are foes now.
Can I see it now?
Yes, it's literally at eye level with you, but it's out of from underneath the water. It used all of its movement to get up next to you.
Okay.
So
an attack would not be at disadvantage.
Correct. Damn, cannot break your freaking AC. Its attack will miss. Or I should say it's unsuccessful, as it's unable to get its tendrils around you to try and pull you back down.
Then I would like to respond.
Okay.
And use my riposte.
Absolutely.
And so go over here. Do that.
That'll hit with a 23. Go ahead and roll for damage, sir. You love to see it. Okay, for 9 damage. As you it tries to wrap itself the stuff around you, but it cannot seem to latch on, and you seize that opportunity and bring Flare Glimmer around to make one nice solid arc against the creature. It cutting through like butter as you watched like the water kind of bubble and ripple away as it reforms itself after the attack. A bit worse for wear from that single arc. That'll be end of its turn. That'll bring us to Spitty Boy, who I think, given the circumstances... Oh wait, he's within 5 feet of the water elemental now. He is a goblin. And goblins have Nimble Escape. He's going to use Nimble Escape to disengage as a bonus action, following the footsteps of Ebrin. And he's going to fire off an attack at the water elemental with his bow, feeling much more confident in his archery abilities versus his short sword. Can't possibly imagine why. Oh shoot!
With advantage from pack tactics?
Yep, I gotta roll it again to see if he crit fishes. He rolled a 12 twice, so he'd be a 19 total. So he still hits, but it's not for a crit. So he fires off an arrow for another small chunk of damage. As you see, like his attacks don't seem to do as much damage as the two of you, since it's a non-magical attack that he's firing. But he's still doing damage to it. Like you see the arrow like pierce into the water and then like float its way like off of the edge. It's doing damage, but not as much as you guys are. Which will bring us to Ebrin.
PD. Let me retarget it. I'm gonna start blasting.
If you use an arrow at within 5 feet, it will be at disadvantage because it's a ranged attack.
But it's psionic though.
Oh wait, it's your Psionic Blades ability.
Correct.
Right. Nope. Never mind. That would override it. So you're good.
And then with Aethos behind, I would have advantage.
Yep.
With flanking.
That is correct. As you whip out a psionic blade and cut up against the creature. That'll definitely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Ooh, that was a good roll.
Alright, Ebrin. How do you want to do this?
Basically, just summon an arrow and I aim right where its head is and just blast it straight through.
Alright, so you see like the humanoid-esque like form of a head between parting waves of water, and you ready up your psionic bow and you fire off an arrow, and as it explodes through the water, you watch as the humanoid-like head burst, and all the water from the water elemental falls onto the tile and stone. It is dead.
Then for my second attack, I'm gonna attack the water weird over
Okay.
there. Attack. Would I have advantage with Ono right there then?
Yes, you would.
I'm gonna make this one a sharpshooter then.
That'll hit.
Damage. Plus 10. Am I forgetting damage?
I don't think
Am
so.
I supposed
right
to have a
now.
+2 at something? So I'm looking at my situational bonuses. I'm supposed to have a +2.
Do you have the archery fighter style, or what's it called?
I believe you did, didn't you? Did you take archery for your fighting style? Let me take a look at your sheet.
I thought I remembered that.
You took thrown weapons instead of archery. So when you throw your daggers versus like firing from your bow, you'll get a +2 to your damage roll for that.
Gotcha. Normal.
Yeah, archery's +2 to hit, not damage as well.
That as you fire off your second psionic arrow, you would catch it in the middle of it, making its like screech out towards Irini and Ono in like retaliation for what was attempted earlier. And you watch as you fire it off, you hit it square in the center of its skull once again, and it explodes outward into like water droplets that fall back down into that stream. It did.
Were you thinking of like
two.
sneak attack, John? Because of the advantage?
Well, I just in some of my attacks, I've got like 3d6 +10 +2, so I have to try to remember where the +2 came from.
Yeah.
I wonder. No, you might be right, because your psychic arrows are a reflavor of you throwing your daggers. You're just channeling the energy through your bow instead. So like when you're firing an arrow, you're not firing an actual arrow unless you're firing at long range, like outside of your psionic stuff. So technically, no, you're right. You would have the +2 because it's a reflavor of your you throwing a dagger to that psychic distance. So technically, you would have the +2 for damage, which we'll remember that going forward. It might have
He
made,
would've-
it might have made a little bit of difference, but like the 2 damage like for the water elemental wouldn't have made a difference for like finishing it off or anything. But it might have had a little impact earlier.
He would have had sneak attack damage too on that last one, right?
Well, he only can
No,
do
I
sneak
used
attack
it for
once.
the.
Yeah.
Oh, once per turn. Oh,
per turn.
okay.
Unless
Yeah.
you're a level 17 scout rogue or I think a phantom rogue also gets like half damage sneak attack die on second creatures sometimes.
Gotcha.
You action surge. Can't you use it again?
If you so
No, because it's 1 per turn.
correct. So action surge would give you another attack, but it wouldn't give you sneak attack back.
Gotcha.
So if you miss both of your hits and you want to try another one, if you haven't used your sneak attack, you could use it on the action surge attack. But if you used it, you wouldn't be able to.
Gotcha.
Yay!
Well, I'd move up towards Aethros, give him a little fist bump, be like, all right, looks like we got 2 down, 1 more to go.
All right. So that brings us to Irini. Okay, Irini. think... Oh, God, that's such a tough call. Because... it didn't work the last time. She's been pretty reliable with her bow. But at the same time, Irini's kind of pissed off. I feel like she would try Vicious Mockery again.
That's what I was thinking.
It just catches me as a more Irini thing to do. So she's going to use Vicious Mockery on the other one to try and ruin its self-esteem again. I don't know what she'd say. I don't have a lot of witty responses for that because I don't usually play a part, so...
Go back to where you came from, you watery, haggy-ass little bitch.
You weird little creature made of water. Alright, and then it has to make a wisdom save. And these guys don't normally have great wisdom, so it got lucky last time. It would not get lucky this time, though, so it would take the damage. From Vicious Mockery. Didn't have as good a rolls as last time, but that's okay. It's D4s, it's sporadic. As she will move over by Matron. Just a little bit, just to get a little closer to everything. That brings us back to Matra at the top of the round. Who, without anything else to attack, is going to attack the Water Weird. With a Blast of Eldritch.
Hopefully this will do it.
Attack does hit. As she fires off this raw blast of arcane energy, Big Toon, you and the Water Weirds having this this face-off next to each other. You watch as this crackling force just explodes into the Water Weird, spreading it's like water droplets across the broken part of the bridge, and the rest of it just like seeps down into the water below. So she has successfully killed it because she rolled she finally rolled a 10 on her Eldritch Blast die. So she's doing good for herself for once.
All right.
As you all are within this chamber, you would continue to hear the hum of the arcane energy being built up somewhere deep inside. The crackling getting or like the vibrations among the floor getting a little bit more intense. But you don't see any more creatures rising out of the water. Combat is over. Yes.
I need you to roll a d8 for me.
Oh yeah, that's right. You might be doing this a couple of times.
Wow.
Let me pull up your sheet. It was not nice to you that time. As Hebron, you slowly begin to regenerate some of your wounds from some of your wounds. Your damage itself not being like slashes, but like bruises from being bludgeoned by the water elemental. I'm gonna change the music real quick because
If I can I take a potion of healing here?
Yeah, you have free hands
No.
because you can stand on the edge. If you have a potion of healing, you could. As the party recuperates a little bit.
And it's just a full, right? There's no roll since I'm...
Yeah, if you're just taking that full amount of time to drink it would be the full health for healing.
And then I do want to walk up to the top here and not be sideways anymore.
That's valid. As the chamber itself grows quiet, you see the current of water that would have swept Big Toon away, flowing from left to right, from with two different areas of this broken crossroads. You would all begin to kind of gather yourselves, and Big Toon, I would say, as you're drinking this potion of healing, you hear a familiar voice coming from your side of the crossroads. Broken. If I could borrow a moment of your time. And Big Toon would hear it the loudest. I would say everyone in the party, it'd be loud enough that because there's no one fighting going on, that you'd be able to hear it from most sections of this chamber. You would see a ghostly visage appear from in front of the doorway to your left. Big Tomb being the closest person here, you would... this is Big Tomb we're talking about. It's been a little while. I'm going to say, Big Tomb, make a history check with advantage.
Oh boy.
As you're, like, drinking your potion, trying to heal yourself. Good enough. You would recognize this ghostly figure as that of Grand Priestess Frigus, standing in front of the doorway over here.
I'll turn towards everybody else and say, well, I was gonna say we should come over here anyway since I'm already over here, but now refrigerator's over here, so let's go over here.
All right. I'll try and jump across.
All right. Making... Is it... I'm assuming you're making a running... Like a running jump, or are you trying to stay... this is Aethros. What's Aethros doing?
Aethros is wise enough to know that he's probably not going to be able to jump that just flat-footed, so he's going to, take a little bit of a running start.
Okay. Given your strength score, and you did a running start, I don't think you'll have to roll for that one. Because it's technically like a 10-foot space.
Oh. Okay.
15 feet. 15 feet.
So that's a hell of a broad jump.
That's a jump. Make an athletics check for me. Yeah, okay. That'll be fine. I didn't have the DC thought out in mind. I was thinking 10, so 12 will be fine. As Aethros, you make your long jump to make your way over there. Irini will do the same, seeing Grand Priestess Frigus again.
She is like the mirthful leap
She
whatever.
mithril leaps. So I think for her it'll be an easier check. I just want to check.
She should be able to make that no problem. I feel like.
Roll
if I remember it correctly.
to the number of feet you cover. Oh yeah, she adds an extra D8 to the feet she covers, even when she's making a standing jump. So let me just see what she'd roll. Okay. She rolled a 1. So, athletics check for Irini.
Okay.
Am I too worried about it? Yes. So Irini, as she attempts to make her long jump, she, I would say she bumps into Ibrim, which throws her off balance. And she begins the fall. But Irini doesn't want to go in the water, because Irini values her clothes too much. So she's going to... Or something. So she's going to use, as a bonus action, she has... hold on. Did I spend... Because she got the same feat that you did. For,
I was going to say, as a reaction, could I just grab her?
He touched? Yeah, she can just Misty Step as a bonus action.
I'm trying to see if I used... she used her free one before, so she would just spend a second level spell slot to Misty Step over there. Before she hit the water.
Burn a second level spot to save her clothes? Damn. Those are important clothes.
She values herself. It's okay. Okay. As she'll make her way over, that'll bring us to Ono and Mirs and Ibrim. What are you thinking? By that I mean just really Ibrim, because I know the others are going to try to make their way over.
Oh no, water tentacle's gonna get you.
If Ono looks at me, my response in Discord is exactly what I'll do.
Can Ono toss you?
No, the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's your strength score?
If Ono is worried, I will be Aragorn and toss him across.
Can you lift him though? Like, Ebern's not that strong from what I remember.
Strength's 12.
He does have most of his stuff in a bag of holding. He wouldn't... you know what? I would allow you to try, and he would give you guidance to make a. For you, it'd be an athletics check for you to make him to try and toss him over there, but he'll give you guidance. And you know what? Fuck it, because Spitz and Miris are right there. They will help you to give you advantage. It's a group effort now. As you successfully throw Oh No over to the other side, Spit would come up to you and be like, "Me next, me next."
All right, Spit. Give me a second.
Miris would help give you advantage, but because Oh No's not next to you, he would not get guidance on this one.
But isn't guidance line of sight?
I thought it was hand.
Or is that touch?
Touch. Isn't the water level with, like, mostly level with the bridge?
15 feet down.
I think so.
Oh.
15 feet down? Oh.
Yep.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, otherwise he could just use Ray of Frost. Like,
Yeah.
Athletics check a 10. Spit's pretty. I mean, he's beefy, but he's still pretty light. He's about the same weight as Oh No.
ooh.
Oh, Spit doesn't make
The
it.
jump. This will now. I'm gonna say that this wouldn't be enough if you wanted to use your psionic bolster.
Couldn't Ono just right there at the ledge grab him?
No, Ebron failed to help Spit. Ebron's a bad friend. You failed Spit.
Actually, if anything, the two strongest people being away would be the bad friends, leaving it up to the weaker of the group to do
Listen,
this.
I was already here. I made it over. I had no problems.
Yeah, I saw
Hey.
a ghost person. I'm like, ooh.
Mr. Wet Kitty Cat. Shush. Yeah, I guess.
Well, otherwise, if he doesn't make it, I will walk down and pick him up and try and walk back up.
That'll do. As you roll max on your psionic bolster, you would be able to successfully get Spit over to the other side. Miris, do you have any shenanigans that you can pull? Let's take a look. The answer is no. None of his spells will help him here. What about just regular feature? I gotta know. I don't pay as much attention to his sheet as I probably should.
Yeah, because as a tiefling, he should have like Hellish Rebuke. I just remembered he probably could have used
I mean,
the last
do we
fight.
all have to be right there for her to talk? She can talk loud enough.
I mean, technically not everyone needs to be over there if you don't want to.
Yeah, she can just start talking.
I mean, either way, I'm gonna start going in the other room anyway. But
Yeah, just walk through the ghost form with her.
As you, I mean, okay, Ebron, are you just planning on hanging out?
Yeah, she's talking. I'm fine where I'm at.
Okay. Miris, I guess, would follow your example, because he doesn't want to go back in the water. There's a little bit of trauma there. So, he's going to hang out. As the party who can approach Priestess Frigus approaches Priestess Frigus, you would hear her talk to all of you. She would project her voice loud enough that everybody could hear. Broken. There is not much time before the ritual is done. I understand this, and I know you are on a time constraint. But please heed my words. For it's the last thing that I can do for all of you before. And she, like, pulls her hands out from, like off of her sides towards the front of her, and you see that her hands, the spectral ghostly form, they're beginning to slowly disappear. By the time you reach Hedrun's chamber, I myself will be gone. There will be nothing left of myself, Grand Priestess Frigus. So before all of you head deeper into uncharted territory, facing off against someone who I do hope you defeat, I would like to give you all an apology.
about fucking time. I mean, what?
Looking at you, but continuing what she's saying. When we met previously, I was many things, but nice was not one of them. I gave you a mission and expected you to complete it without giving you a reason to do so beyond, and she would like look over and see Ebron on the other side, beyond fulfilling something that those of you, that one of you here, whose parent could not fulfill their mission themselves. As an apology, with the hope that all of you will succeed, I would like to give you all a gift. That which is within my power to give. And she will turn to face the doorway. And you will see that the bits of her that are not fully disappeared, like her left hand will begin like disappearing, her right one it'll be like, you know, a couple of fingers might be gone. She like waves her arms at the doorway, and you see a green set of sigils open around this enormous door. These doors being like, depending on the chamber, anywhere between like 15 to 20 feet tall. They're really, really large. She would utter an incantation. These green sigils would appear along the door, and the door would unlock. Beyond this chamber is a place of respite. I would like to offer my assistance in preparing you for the encounter to come in the only way that I can. And she would like... Oops, sorry. Clicked the wrong button. She would open the doorway and walk through. Or hover through, I suppose.
This seems fishy.
Oh, I'm going in. I don't care.
I want to do like an insight check and a perception check, like insight to see if she's actually telling the truth and if we really think this is Regis, or if this is just what's her name trying to deceive us.
Okay. Absolutely.
Like,
you looking at your like looking at her ghostly face, you feel just by looking at her that she seems to be being sincere. You see almost like regret coming over like her physical appearance. The way that she kind of, I guess I would say, carries herself, but that doesn't seem right. The way that she like floats doesn't seem to be one of hostility, but almost like a way of sorrow. As you feel as though this is probably you as Aethros, you give it like at least an 80% chance that it's Grand Priestess Frigus projecting towards you.
It's mostly thumbs up, but a little to the side. Like, it's not all the way up, but she's...
You don't feel fully confident, but you feel more confident that it's her versus Hedrun trying to deceive you.
Okay. And then just like a general perception of the room to see if there's like anybody hiding in there to surprise attack us.
Okay, absolutely. As you look within the room, as Big Tune takes those steps forward before you, you don't see any like hostile creatures within this room. Even like looking at the water, the way it moves, you feel as though there's no like secret elementals or water weirds hidden within this chamber. You do see can you I forget, was Celestial one of the languages that you could read in that you like?
Yeah.
Okay. You see like etchings along the that extend from like the inside of the door up and around up and around the ceiling, that kind of make their way down towards the pool, stretching out from the center of the room. In Celestial, you would see these writings, which I think Celestial, the text script is like, it's either Elvish or something along those lines. Like it's Elvish script, but it's not Elvish.
Yeah.
As the script that runs along these surfaces seems to be almost like what was probably an active warding spell that upon unlocking the chamber seems to have ended the ward, and that to reactivate it, the chamber would have to be relocked. As she floats into this chamber, about 15 or so feet, she would like stop moving or just hover in place and turn back to face all of you. If I could get my controls right. This chamber is one that not even Hedrun herself currently can enter. This chamber can only be unlocked by the chosen of Oro. And it, in years past, centuries ago, while used as a place to come for comfort and prayer without the peering eyes of other individuals, has since been repurposed as a chamber of healing. But there's more to this chamber that, unfortunately, with my current level of power, I cannot unlock. What I can do for you is provide you with a place to recuperate from your wounds in a rather quick manner. And she would like, you would see that like what remains of like her right hand from like the fingers being gone, you would see like she has really like a palm left and it's still slowly deteriorating. Her left hand is now like disappearing from like her arm. It's slow, like the fade is slowly creeping its way up her form. I can enchant the waters and provide you with a brief moment to recuperate from those wounds you had just suffered, preparing you for your battle against Hedrun, should you desire.
Yeah.
Start full sprinting.
Yeah. Just
Full
run
sprint
through a
cannonball
double
over the water.
cannonball, right?
Ooh. Leonin ball! Splash.
Ebron, you would see everybody disappear into the other chamber, you and Miris, left alone inside the crossways.
So, considering we hear this, are we getting a long rest or no? And did you really roll
hear
2
from the
1s on a D8? Because I went from 5 hit die.
Oh
to
yeah, I gotta
3.
roll another one for you.
Did you roll 2 1s?
Yes. Make that 3. No cap.
I'm calling shenanigans.
Alright, let me post my rolls for you. Game Master rolls a D8, rolls a 1.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
I was
saying the
still
system's just being
covered as
shenanigans
oh
right
no.
now.
Oh no. D8 rolls a 1. Ebron, D8 rolls a 1. I'm not deliberately trying to fuck you over.
Alright, well I got 2 left, so depends on what I do. Miris might be getting left behind here.
Did you Amiris would look to you. Did she say something about healing? As he's like battered and bruised all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
if
guys
you
are
can
90
jump
feet
across
away in a different
here,
room.
you can get all that healing juices back.
I think I'm gonna try. It can't be that bad. It can't. I've been in the water. I don't want to go in the water, but I would rather not go up against this ice lady with like this, and I don't have any more potions of healing, so I think I'm gonna try to jump it, Ebron. More talking than Ian does in an entire session. I love him.
I still need you to keep rolling D8s.
Oh, I know. I'm getting there. I gotta make an athletics check for Miris. He would take a running start, though. Damn, I was really hoping he'd be proficient in athletics. God damn it. Okay.
Well, roll the D8 first, because whatever he would have done affects if I'm gonna use my boon or not.
Okay.
If someone didn't roll fucking 3 1s, I would have used my boon. Be over. Your old 4, I'm logging off for the night.
I rolled a 2.
Well, unfortunately, you got to roll 1 more, and that affects me not being able to use my boon. So I would then take a running start and jump across.
Look at that, a good roll on the last one where it didn't matter that much.
This shit.
You're back up to full health, Ebrin. At what cost?
That's the fun part. I'd take a running start and jump.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check. Your DC is 10. Are you gonna do a thing with that? Or are you just gonna take the 4?
We're making this
Don't
harder than it
rebarb.
needs to be.
You and Miras together jump into the water.
I have a very hard time believing that 10 feet my guy can't clear.
It's based off of your strength modifier.
Yep.
Right? So, your strength isn't that high.
This is...
But you would make it to the water on the opposite side. So you would have to climb to the top as the water has a small current. I'm going to say the two of you can work together to make your way to the top. Between the two of you, I think you both have the same level of... I mean, Miras has one more on the strength score, but you have the same modifier. So make an athletics check with advantage, because you and Miras are tag teaming your way out. You successfully make your way up to 15 feet, and you would see everyone hanging out in the water of the chamber.
Well, that was fun.
As the party would see Miras and Ebrin soaking fucking wet
Holy shit, Brian.
as they make their way into the water. You would see Master Priestess Frigus make her way to the water. She would utter an incantation and place what remains of her arms down onto the tile around the water. You see celestial glyphs light up around the pool, and you watch as the glyphs themselves pour down into the water, like to the base where like the pool is at its lowest, and they glow this this translucent green color, and you see the water in the pool begin to change from the blue, the very clear blue that it has been, to a green color. You watch as your wounds themselves begin to heal at a rather rapid pace. The way this healing works, it does not count as a short or a long rest, but it's going to boost you back to full health. Unfortunately for Miras, because he temporarily lost part of his HP, his health is still at the 35 versus the 45, but he is boosted back to full from that. So he's at 35 health instead of where we want him to be, but it's okay.
So I got wet for a second time for no reason then.
Yep.
Don't worry, I used a potion for no reason.
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't know.
No, I did not.
Okay.
Did you want me to tell my mom anything, sir, ma'am? Got a message before you disappear?
I have no
Talk in a
words
refresher.
for Halia Eroth. Knowing that she is alive is all that I needed. Where the fuck did Miras go? I thought I had him. Did I delete him?
Yeah,
Can
he's
you at
drowning
least-
in the other pool.
I
Yeah.
think I deleted him.
Can
from
you
the map
tell us
temporarily.
what door to open from here to go?
If you
later
would give
now?
me a moment to speak, Ebrin, I will gladly communicate that with all of you. Just 1 second
One.
as a DM to re-add Miras back to the freaking map.
One.
Just snap her
It's the
fingers at you. Like, mm-mm.
Snaps her non-existent fingers. She just makes the sound with her mouth.
Snap,
Yeah.
snap.
Uh-huh.
As all of you are for the moment, resting or recuperating, or in the case of Ibrin, getting himself wet for no reason and then getting back out. She would look back out the chamber from whence you came. Before you lies 3 pathways, one of which you've already traveled. If you were to journey straight out through these chambers, for players, she means the right crossway. For characters, straight out the chamber. That pathway will lead you to 2 very critical pieces in order to guarantee your success. That of the arcane conduit and the final simulacrum in the visage of Sefik Caltro.
Oh shit.
Venturing left out these chambers for players, north. For characters, left. Will take you, eventually, following the winding path, will lead you to Hedrun, who is in the middle of her ritual. You cannot do one without the other, and you cannot do them in a sequential order in order to guarantee success. Should you choose to venture down the route of the arcane conduit, Hedrun, with more power now than she has had at any other point in your meetings, will make her way to you and bring the fight to a location you are not prepared for. Should you choose to venture as a group to face Hedrun without destroying Sefik once more and destroying the arcane conduit, Hedrun will not be able to die. If I could pose a recommendation, the broken needs to break. Horrible pun moment. I feel like some people would cringe. Some of you, the majority of you, should go to confront Hedrun, while a smaller group goes to destroy Sefik and the arcane conduit. The retaliation you will face down either path leading to your focused point will not be something that could easily eliminate any of you. Though this is merely a recommendation. Ultimately, I am but a spirit who will not be here much longer. As, like, her disappearing, like, she doesn't have, like, arms anymore. It's, like, shoulders at this point, and, like, a torso and a head. It is your call, however you decide. But as you know, time is of the essence. Before I give you my parting words, I am aware, and she, like, looks to Aethros specifically, that you have the ability to purge Hedrun from Athena, should the conditions be met. In doing so, by freeing her from Hedrun's control and stopping the ritual, Athena will take upon the mantle that I myself carry. This is her fate. With the power she would gain, and she, like, turns to face the far end, like the left side of the room, she would be able to open the door that lies at the far end of this chamber. The last time we met, I gave you no reward. Defeating Hedrun and returning to this place. Beyond that doorway lie items and powers that I have had since sealed away. And she looks to Ibrin. There are things there that would benefit even you, young Aroth, as well as the rest of your party. If you can purge her and bring her here, it will be worth your time. Consider it a final true gift from me, and a thank you for helping stabilize the North until Auril is defeated or quell whatever ends up happening. So, essentially, she recommends splitting the party to tackle 2 different objectives. And in doing so, by defeating Hedrun, you will be rewarded with items beyond the door that lies within this chamber.
So, like,
Yeah.
I guess before we get too much into discussion,
Yes.
is this something that you're kind of? I'm not saying you're trying to railroad us into, but like, if we send all of the people that aren't like that, all the NPCs, is that something that you're kind of hoping for?
Ultimately, you can do however you wish. I'm not saying get rid of all
Right.
your NPCs, like dump them one way and go the other.
No, I know,
But
but I'm just saying that is that something that's
I
like,
have no preference on how you split the party. If you guys choose
Like-
to split the party, you could stay together and go one way or the other. Like,
are we? Yeah, like if we do just us, PCs go to one, then the other one, we wouldn't be following that necessarily. It would just be like, oh hey, this is what happened, right? Or would you like simulate that battle? And
I would, because there will still be combat available through that route. I would probably simulate it as you guys make your way through the chamber.
Okay.
With those people. The thing that's going to be hilarious about this going forward is there's going to be random figures added to the combat encounter system that half of you will not be fighting, but the other half will.
okay.
And they'll disappear as the party defeats them. Or
Yeah, I
is
guess-
trying.
I guess I was mostly trying to see like, is it going to take a big load off your plate if we do that? But it doesn't sound. It sounds like you're still
Nope.
going to run it normal. So okay.
I'm still going to run it the way it was because there is this very real chance that those PCs might not survive, or NPCs might
Right.
not survive. So
Right. Okay. Yep. Like I said. I just before we got discussing amongst ourselves, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like oh hey, if we do that, then it'll make your life a lot easier.
nah.
Okay.
If it was like, if I felt confident that the group, like if I felt 100% confident no matter what I threw at them as NPCs,
Right.
that like it wouldn't have a detrimental impact, yeah, I'd probably just let you guys go through to your thing and simulate it. But given the importance of each of those tasks, whether it's going to the Arcane Conduit / Cephik or going to fight Hedrun, I'm gonna run it as NPC combat. So like I'll be fighting it out. So it depends on how you want to split. I will say that Frigus, as like before she gives the party a moment to discuss, the last thing she'd probably say before she like gives you all space to do what you want, she has no like whatever you discuss in front of her, she's going to evaporate into nothing. So it doesn't really matter. It might matter to your group, but she'll be gone. But the last thing she'll probably say to all of you before giving you the ability to discuss, knowing the time is of the essence and knowing that you have multiple tasks ahead of you to try and stop this ritual, she will say, before I fully disappear, I would recommend having a decision, as my time is shorter than the time that even you have now. So like when she's gone, when she officially disappears, that is when it'd be good to know what you're planning on doing. Whether it's everybody traveling together, the party splits, however you want to do it. So she's gonna give you guys some space to discuss. And which reminds me, I gotta bring Matra back, because Matra disappeared from the initiative order too. She's right there.
Yeah, 'cause for some reason I thought we had 8 people, and then I was only seeing 7. So
Yeah, that's what I was trying to work out in my head too. Okay, so well that does make it a bit more even at least.
yeah, send 4 to each. Uh,
Dakota, I sent you a message on Snapchat. Can you check it?
Oh, yeah.
if there's like some arcane.
I think we need a little bit of both in each party.
We're gonna have to split you two up. There's got to be a tank in each,
I agree.
Mhm.
and then split Matra and Ono, myself and Spit, Miras, and Arini.
I think Bono
think-
should go to where Cephik
Where-
is, just because there's that like arcane
Yeah.
or whatever thing. I feel like
That
he
would-
would be best. suited for that.
I would say
Uh,
Aethros, you need to go to Hedrun.
Yep.
Yeah. Just to-
I would say Irini, because she still has one more of her big booms.
Just use it on Stephanie Keltro, one shot him, right?
I mean that's a possibility too.
Get a crit.
Yeah, that was my only slight concern about me going over to fight Sephic is I also have that, Big
Yeah.
Daddy boomstick that I can use too. So, I mean, that's
I think
yeah, it's a lot of
Hedrun
damage.
and Spit should be split up because they're both like ranged.
Yeah,
Matra's also more ranged. Mirrors is more close range.
Give me one
Well,
second, Ebron.
Arini buff. So
I think we
yeah.
definitely need to split you and Ono for sure. because-
Ebron, that would succeed.
I would look towards Aethros and hold out my finger that has the ring on it. I need you to remove this. Like,
Can't.
if you can. You can't?
Nope.
Ooh, that's not good.
No. That's where was it before we came in the thing, I was like, I can use a remove curse. No longer have that prepared. So you're stuck with it. For now.
chop off my finger. Go back in the pool. Will it heal?
It'll seal the wound, but your finger will not come back. Like,
But
you
the
won't
ring will
able to
be
reattach
off?
it. If
Dude,
you cut
that'd
it
be
off over
badass.
the ring, you could, yeah.
Yeah, I would chop off my pinky.
Okay, I want you to make a attack roll. Wait, no, if you can voluntarily fail attack rolls. If you're deliberately trying to cut off your finger, it's a finger, it's not an arm. I would say you bring out your dagger as you're like standing by the pool, or maybe not. You can just be standing wherever you are, and you just like whip out your dagger. And while there's a moment of like, moment of hesitancy, as you can feel like the ring
Oh,
calling
there's
out
no
to you.
hesitancy. I'm
As-
down
as-
on my knee, grab a dagger, put the tip in between my finger, and just right off. And then put my hand in the water to heal.
So you would all watch Ebron cut off his finger with the ring on it. As his finger with the ring like rolls like off to the side, blood pouring out of it, he sticks his hand inside the water and it just heals the wound.
I'd also grab the finger, put that in the water for a brief second, and then go to Ono like, hey, can you put us in the bag of holding for a little bit?
I just lost. Yeah. That goes through like the 5 stages of grief, and it just like grabs the finger, gives it this weird look because it's Ebron's finger and not like something else's, and then just like plunks it into the bag of holding with the ring still attached.
Gonna make that on the finger?
Do I want to know
Alright.
why?
No. So Aethros to Hadrian. What do we want to do? Big Two and myself. Ono. And Spit to Sephic. I just feel like that's, no offense, not enough attack power for Hadrian though.
I mean, if you take, whatever party, and like Ono would chime in, whatever party Aethros is on, I feel like I should be on the other one because I think I'm the only other person who can heal us.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I was going to say.
Also, Ebron, don't you can do what you want. I love you and respect you regardless. I think we should. I'm wondering if we should all be linked together, or most of us, in the mind, so that way we can keep tabs on each other since we're parting ways. What do you think about that, buddy? He would like give you a tap on your side.
I would snap my finger that I just cut off. Like I would snap my fingers with the hand that I just cut off, so it sounds a little like distorted for a moment. Like what?
Sounds a little weird.
I'd
Yeah.
be like,
Yep.
that's a great idea. How do we do that? Am I burning 2 then? and
Hold
then
on.
a DC for a conference call, essentially.
You know, once we get through that, I have some not so great news regarding this upcoming battle. But we'll get through that first. We'll get through your
You're
link.
playing on drawing a bunch of cards, aren't you?
No.
Yeah.
This is more above table than anything.
You
Oh.
spend 2 dice.
All
So
right.
it'd be 2 psionic die, and then what you're rolling, your roll on the die is the number of hours, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So, you're privately rolling.
Yeah, it's a setting.
Nope, I didn't
he
change it.
He has to change the setting back. That's fine. He had 1 roll he had to make in private.
Yeah.
It's okay. You rolled a 4, and then 1 more.
It's just giant conference, though.
Yeah, well, I know, but you still got to spend. Well, see, because if the hours are different, we're gonna average the hours together.
Oh, you want to do it that way? Okay.
Yeah. You've used this ability enough that I'll make it 1 giant conference call by default. So you get
3 hours.
3 hours with the full party on. Well, it's the up to your proficiency, so up to 6 people out of the 8, which that's probably plenty, given the circumstances. So.
Well, Miris and I can also telepathically talk within 90 feet, so.
Yeah, but it's only one direction. So we
Yeah,
can't
but
respond.
Yeah, but there's still like that. That means the last 2 people could at least hear things.
True.
But anyways,
Yes.
yeah. So thinking about it, Big Tune's thinking about it, and he's gonna tell everybody that he hates to be the bearer of bad news, but he's going to refuse going to Sepik because this is literally his entire reason for being here is to kill Hedrun.
Okay, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, she literally murdered his entire clan.
Posed as Oral and had his clan wiped out for her own benefit.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
On
I
a
kinda
block
had
table, that makes shit not fun for the other party.
I mean,
But it
But I
provides
feel like
extra support for the Hedrun party.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
So it's a win. It's a win-lose. Either like no matter what, like it'll be
Yep.
good for one, bad for the other. But at the same time, you might want more power
Oh.
like up against Hedrun or something. So
let's do
Stealth team go to
let's
Sepik.
do Bictune, Arini, Oh No, and Spit.
What? Oh no, Aethros has got to be there because of Spear Breaker.
Yeah.
so you for sure one party will probably be Aethros and Bictune for the Hedrun party.
And
I'm gonna label these as I had Squad A and Squad B. We're gonna do Sepik Squad and Hedrun Squad.
that's why I'm standing next to Aethros, so that way we can
Yeah.
like visually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through that north door. Then.
So I look to Aethros and be like, listen, since it's gonna be me and you, do we maybe just want to take one other person? Let the other weaklings.
What if Aethros gave you Spirit Breaker?
I don't think
You have to attune to it, and there's some other shenanigans when I got it. Yeah.
It's bound to Aethros
It's
because
bound to
he
me.
completed the ritual or the trials.
Yeah, I look to Aethros. Do we want to let? Do we want to take one of these chumps and let the other weaklings go? I'll handle Sepik.
Yeah, I was almost wondering if we want to have like all the stealthy people go after Sepik, try and sneak their way to him, quietly take him out, try and avoid.
Maybe
Like if we had Ebron Spit.
Maybe you, me,
no.
and Arini.
Yeah.
Or you, me, and Spit. One of the two, I'd say.
Yeah, Arini's not going to put out like any damage.
No, and
Arini would be like, unless I use my big boom thing, I'm kind of limited right now.
Yeah.
I know that the Nameless promised me a power boost by doing a thing, but I can't really do that right now. So I'm sorry, I'm not more useful. I can give you.
I was thinking.
I can play some music for you, and she would like play her lyre like out of the water a little bit, but yeah.
Well, the issue is all of my damage comes from sneak attack. Unless we have a tank getting up close, there's no point. I mean, there's a point. We got to get it done, but I'm gonna do next to no damage in the other party.
Spit would as Ebrin, as you say that, Spit would come up, and while he's not as tall as you, because you are quite tall, he would try and like reach his hand up and like place it on your shoulder, be like, Spit, you're good, and he like flexes his muscles, and he like, instead of pulling out his bow, he like pulls out his sword this time. He's like, Spit through it.
Yes, you do great.
Spit,
Yeah,
you're good.
Spit, you kill Sefik on your own. We believe in you.
Every time we mention the name Sefik, Spit has this look of slight confusion because Spit never met Sefik. So she's like, yeah, Spit kill Sefik.
Again, like for the second or third time.
At this point, Grand Priestess Frigus would probably have about half a torso and then like her head and shoulders. So she's deteriorated quite a bit, but you still have a little bit of time.
So yeah, I think if we're gonna have a party of 3, it should be Ebrin to come with Victoon and Aethros. Just I feel like if we're the 2 tanks, we're gonna be up close to the enemies. You'll get your sneak attack. We'll have tons of damage output, but yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go overall. And the other party would have 5. I don't know if that's the best route to go. If they'll need 5, or if we'll have enough.
Yeah.
If Frigus is Sefik as strong as he was before, or is he a little bit weaker this time?
If anything, he would be either as strong as he was before, if not a little stronger.
Still no. Okay.
There's 2 ways you can look at this. Broken. Should you have a party travel to fight Sefik, the group that heads that direction has 2 objectives. Clearing at least one of them will make fighting Hedrun easier. Killing Sefik would make her able to be purged from Atina's body. But she'll still have all of the magic she's been siphoning from the arcane conduit. Alternatively, destroying the arcane conduit before defeating Sefik will make her magically weaker, but harder to kill, until he is destroyed. The ultimate answer is to destroy both of them, Sefik and the arcane conduit that she's siphoning. But even just destroying one will weaken her enough that the party may stand a formidable chance. But to purge her from Atina's body, Sefik must be eliminated.
Then Hadrian's back, and we might be able to get her to help.
Oh my gosh, learning.
Hadrian's who you're trying to kill, Ebrin.
Athena.
Not the light and close the door. Close my door.
Yes.
That further complicates things.
You would hear, as the party's just
Part
like
of me wants to-
discussing, you would hear Matra chime in. Free, why are you even helping us? Like, she seems like frustrated because the 2 of them have a really torn relationship. And Free just would look to Matra. Because I've seen the errors of my ways, and with what time I have, wish to atone. But you chose my oldest sister, sent my middle sister away, and then treated me like garbage. I understand that, young elf. And for that, I do apologize. I understand to you these are merely words. but they have my sincerest meaning behind them. But it doesn't even matter. And she like just starts going off and like, you know, rambling off about all these like shitty things that like how the church kind of treated her, and Frigus would with like a not like a grin on her face, like a look of God, grin isn't even the right category. You can see that there's a lot of regret over Frigus. Like she seems like a totally opposite of the person that you guys had met from within her chamber the first time. I understand how you feel, Matra, if only at the surface level. The church put you in such a position that you even felt the need to seek power elsewhere, making a deal with a myriad to gain the power you have without a proficiency in magic. If it's something you desire, something you would accept, while it would remove me from this chamber altogether, I would like to give you what remains of the magic I have here, as an apology and to help you accomplish the goal of saving your siblings. Would you accept that, Matra? And like Ono, I think would probably like wading through the water because it's nice, it's cozy in the water right now. Like you don't feel cold being in its presence. He would look at Matra and be like, sometimes the best route for everybody is to forgive and move on. You got us now. You got a family. We're gonna save your sisters. But it's gonna be okay. And like Matra would have like clenched fist. You would see like she like lets go and like takes a deep breath, and it was like, yeah, that's it. Like take a big deep breath, Matra. As like she thinks about what Frigus is saying. The chamber would go quiet to your thought processes again. So for right now, for guaranteed Team Hedrun squad, I have Big Tune Athros, and for guaranteed Cephix squad, I have Ono, because I don't think we've fully sealed the deal on who's going where, so I don't want to like put them down to. I just know that Ono will go wherever Athros isn't, and Big Tune and Athros are going to fight Hedrun.
Yep.
Part of me almost wants to just do all 8 with Cephix, because the quicker we destroy both of those, the quicker then all of us can go to the next room. But if Frigus is telling us we need to separate, I know we need to separate. Could you just fly and blast her like up in the air the entire time and not get hit at all?
I mean, let's just shoot the cannon and see if we hit her from here. On the ship. Fly that in.
The ship will not fit through the entrance. Ship is a big
We'll
boy.
make a new entrance. Yeah.
So
Crash into the entrance, who cares?
if we got the ship parallel to the entrance, though, how far away are we from the entrance to these rooms?
It's still way far.
It's a long depth. This is an enormous map.
I mean, cannons go 1,200 feet, though.
Okay, hold on. Let me measure.
It's 560 feet to the front to where this door is. Right here. Yeah. Like,
So I mean,
It would not fit. You would not make it there. It is more than 15. It's more than 1,200 feet.
Okay.
And that's factoring in the map. That's not factoring in other factors, like if you have to teleport to a different room or something.
yeah, if it's a straight shot.
Yeah. It's also not factoring in the limited number of cannonballs that you do have. If you could,
We have 12.
You do have 12. That is true. But is 12 going to be enough to push a hole all the way through? And that's provided you're accurate on all your shots.
Steady aim advantage.
And that's
Oh.
provided you have the time to.
Yeah, we're all
Nah,
over
just an
here.
issue.
Yeah.
I like the thought. Keep that in mind for future encounters. I like the thought. But you'd be able to tell that it probably wouldn't be feasible.
So Aethros, do we take who do you want to take? Well, probably not Ono, since he's gonna have to heal this other team.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ono. I know you want to come with me.
I
He wants to be
know.
with the cool guys.
I just don't die out there, kitty, okay?
You know I might.
I know you might.
Oh,
What about me, huh? Care about Kitty, but not me? Huh?
I believe in you, Aethros. You're-
Oh, I see.
but you can
think
heal
you're gonna
yourself,
fail.
you know.
do we? I think ultimately it should come down between Miris and Maedra.
Oh, for if it's just the three of us going?
Yeah. Or if we're splitting, then I guess one of those two, and then Irini.
Irini should go with the Sephic fight. Use her special beam cannon, and
Feel like,
hopefully hit
yeah.
right away.
It'd be better to have her go with the Suffolk group.
Okay.
The thing is that I know Fit is technically a level lower than us. I don't know if not Miris.
Maedra.
Mitra is a level lower as well.
Just realized I have 2 Mirises in here. I was like, why do they look the same? You would, based off of... Oh, no, you guys have fought with Matra. One thing that you would be able to tell from Matra, based off of your own abilities, is Matra only fires 1 Eldritch Blast at a time. Like, she only fires 1 Eldritch Blast. So you would know she's at least
Yeah.
lower than level 5 right now.
Yeah.
And she has just been offered power, the remnants of the magic that, provided the decision is made before she disappears, Frigus is offering to give her a bit of a boost with whatever she has left. Which, to me, means I'm going to level her up to level 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is if we're gonna have just 3 go toward why do I keep
If you
clicking the
take
name?
Miris, he can use Hex, and that gives him a little bit more. And
Right.
Hedrun's most likely not going to be alone. She's most likely going to have
That's where I
a
think
guard or
then I want
something.
Ebrin to be there just to sharpshooter and help with the DPS. I'll just make sure the 3 of us don't die
Right.
if we're gonna go with 3 that route.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if we're gonna do 4 and 4, I would think you should go towards Suffolk.
And then we take the 2 in the pool, and the 2 up there go.
Yeah, I think Arini would be better to go towards Suffolk if we want to put her with that group.
Of
Oh,
course.
no,
Well,
for sure.
I feel like Maedra probably wants to be in, like,
Yeah. Make sure
in the
everything's
Hedrun.
okay.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting to fix her token. So she doesn't friggin' rotate. Yeah, hot second. I mean, it doesn't... Nothing that I'm doing impacts you guys for this moment, so
Yeah.
just ignore me.
She does have Eldritch Blast for range. Otherwise, you and I, Nick, don't have really a ton of range, I feel like.
Yeah, I have Firebolt, and that's it.
Do you have any more health potions, Nick?
Yes, I have 2 more.
So at least you wouldn't necessarily have to burn on.
I also have my second wind yet, too. I have not used that.
Yeah, I would almost say potentially give those 2 health potions to the other group. I feel like I would be able to help out with the health a lot more.
Sure.
use
I don't
your,
know how many health potions those guys have, but
use
Take a
your
look at
temp
character
HP thing.
yeah.
Yeah, if y'all want to take them, go for it.
Irini has 1 potion of healing,
I don't have any.
and that is true. Ono has 1 potion of healing as of right now.
I
And
could
Mir spent
see-
his.
Well, yeah. Take both of mine then. I'll make it work.
Yeah, if you got second wind and I have a Twilight Sphere and then I also have Healing Word,
Right.
we should be good. It's just if I do go down, you gotta maybe keep one healing potion.
All right.
Yeah, keep one and then give one to Mirrors, if
Yeah.
anything.
In case of extreme emergency and I am dying.
Right. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be playing in the mid ground. I'm going to be in the foreground. Matro's going to have to sit back along with whoever else we take.
That's where I'm wondering: do we want another ranged person?
Do we want spit?
I would
Especially if
say
I'm going
at that point.
It'd be funny if there was an emote.
I
Well, if
feel
you
like
take
especially
spit, we have no upfront people, and that removes all of
Spit's
my
not really
damage.
up front, but Mirrors is.
yeah, Mirrors can be.
He's not a tank. He
He's
does melee damage.
He does not have the greatest AC, but he does do a lot of DPS. And like
I
4
say
mirrors,
he's your standard DPS if we're looking at like WoW terms.
and like his dagger does give him a second attack as part of his cantrip.
And he can use his armor again, I'm assuming, at some point.
Technically, it's still up right now, but yes, he has one more spell slot that he could do another Armor of Agathis if he needed to, or use it on Hex if we wanted to use it on Hex. So
I'm thinking if we're going the route
wait,
that you guys are
nope,
thinking.
he does not have any spell slots because he used Hex and Armor of Agathis, so he burnt his 2. But he does have innate Burning Hands as a spell that he could cast from his Tiefling stuff. That's why he doesn't have Armor of Agathis, because his Tiefling subclass was Burning Hands instead. Not Armor of Agathis. What is it? Hellish Rebuke. He doesn't have Hellish Rebuke because his sub Tiefling is Burning Hands.
I mean,
I'm thinking if we send 5 to go with the Suffolk room, our only challenge should be the Suffolk and the pillar, essentially.
well looking at Irini's sheet, she does have some stuff that would technically allow her to be up front without immediately getting mollywopped. Like, she has mirror image she could use.
Oh, yeah. Her AC
She
is
also
only
has
15,
Hold
but-
Person, which
Yeah.
Hedrun is technically a humanoid, even if they're considered like, if they were considered undead or something else. Like,
That was why I was originally.
It would possibly affect her.
That was why I was originally like saying maybe she could come with us, but
Irini could also be useful with Sefik because besides her one-time super beam, she could maybe do something with Dispel Magic. I'm not saying it as just DM shenanigans. This is like me thinking as like a player too. Like, you could possibly use Dispel Magic to cause an effect on either Hedrun or Sefik because they have a magical thing about them too.
If she uses something like command and uses like the phrase prostrate, wouldn't that give us like an auto crit then essentially?
Prostrate by
Basically meaning you're on both knees and hands, head down.
I mean, why you gotta do that to me? See,
I didn't know if you
I
actually
feel
knew
like
what
that
it
would
meant.
fall-
That's why I wanted to explain.
I feel like it would fall similarly into like grovel on the ground, which would make them fall prone more than anything else.
it'd be like an advantaged, which is
It
still
would be,
great.
Yeah, it would be advantaged, but it wouldn't be like auto crit like Hold Person
Right.
could guarantee if you're within 5 feet.
Because that would actually allow you to get your sneak attack die then every time, John, if she could get that to do that too.
Well, yeah, if there was a way to auto crit, then yeah.
No, I just meant for even basically putting her in the prone position that gives you advantage on attack rolls.
Right.
Not
Provided that
range.
it.
What's that?
Range
No,
is
not.
disadvantage.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. You don't want to be shooting at someone prone.
Yep. Oh yeah, range. Well, but hold on. No, never mind. Because I'm thinking of the opposite effect. If he was, because with
If he's
Ebron's
within
psychic
5 feet,
daggers.
he gets range. Oh,
Yeah, with Ebron's psychic daggers, it wouldn't counter out the disadvantage. I'm just thinking of when he was fighting the water elemental, where he was within 5 feet, but because it's a reflavored melee / ranged attack,
yeah.
it worked that way. Like, if he's making just the attack at range and he's not within 5 feet, it would still be disadvantage. So it's like the opposite.
I say 5 and 3. The team that does 5, we just have to focus on Sevik immediately. Obviously, if there's other creatures, that's going to be a little bit of a bummer. And then if we're sending the 2 tanks, I'd say then, yeah, take Matra.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of creatures both routes.
I think so.
If only Big Toon could fly.
I mean, I can almost. I
If you,
can.
if you draw that card,
Well, no, I'm just saying I can achieve the same effect by just walking to the ceiling.
this is mostly true. It's like flying but climbing.
It's like flying, except I'm attached.
Not
I
that
was
I
gonna say,
condone
you could
it.
draw.
You do have cards that you could draw that could cause effects too. There's a lot of
So you
gray
could draw
in
a
this
couple
battle
cards.
situation.
I could. Victon's a little preoccupied with wanting to kill Hedrun, though.
That's true. For once, you're not tempted right now. You have a purpose in this Ziggurat. Though the option is always there.
Oh,
there-
absolutely.
Is there a way to make Hedrun draw cards?
You feel
And if
like
so,
probably
99
not.
of them.
Yeah, just take Arini with us. Command draw and hold out the deck.
I mean, hypothetically.
That would be a minimum of 2.
That would
Would
be
it
a
not?
minimum of 2.
You are now invincible. You are now.
Yeah, right. Watch it
God.
buff her instead of do something wrong.
You're right. Or we'd end the fight in one turn and we should be in marble.
Yeah.
A Spectre Ghost appears. Beheads her. You
Okay.
win.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Anyway,
So we gotta figure out, do we want 4 going each way or 3 and 5?
should we flip a coin for it?
1 is heads, 2 is tails.
Yep.
One is 4.
There's an
2
actual
is
coin.
5.
so 1 is 4, 2 is 3 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoever wants to make that roll, I don't want to do it.
I'm away from PC at the moment, so I cannot do that roll.
So 4 and 4 it is.
Now the real question begins: mirrors or spit for either side. It's like choosing last in like dodgeball, but these people are actually decent at what they do.
I think.
If
I'd
mirrors
say
can
come
be
with
up
dodge.
front,
Yeah.
I was gonna say mirrors can be up front. Send them to Cephig.
Yep.
Oh, reading myself, Mirrors. Oh no, against Cephig and Pillar,
Yep. I like this well enough, at least.
and then
Okay.
we
And
have to
then-
focus on killing Cephig right away for you guys to make them weaker.
Right.
Was it Cephig or was it Magical Conduit?
Cephig
'Cause one of
first,
them,
then Pillar.
The
Cephig dislodges Hadrian from Matina's body, and
it makes her able to be dislodged.
yeah.
well,
You would still have
where's
to land the hit.
where's the third sister?
Third sister
Dead.
is if you are
TVA.
you saying that as
Oh,
a
yeah,
player
that's right.
or as a character.
What?
I would look at refrigerator and be like, "Where's the third sister? Do you know?"
The remaining floating head of Master Priestess Frigus would look to you, Ebron, and say, Zienna is currently in chamber with Hedrun as part of the ritual. In a non-sexual manner, because I know how this party is.
What? Come on.
Hey. As we
Oh.
fist bump.
Thank you, Master Priestess Frigus.
Yes. Thank you.
Right.
Before you disappear, thank you, Frigus.
Thank you, Freon.
Someone had to.
He tried.
I was trying to be respectful at the end.
Matra, my offer still stands. And she would
Matra,
like, she would
people
look-
make mistakes. Take the power.
Yep, take that power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. I accept your thing, Frigus. And she would, before her wonderful floating head would make its way over to Matra's location, or she'd make her way over to Frigus, she would look to the party and just say, "Good luck, and thank you. Broken but whole." And you would watch as like Frigus's remnants of a floating head would like kind of like push itself like into Matra's body, and she would like have this ethereal blue glow for a few moments as she like looks at her hands as she levels up. I'm gonna boost her to level 5 while you guys talk a little bit. She also changed her demeanor. She's not hostile to the party. For some reason, she.
Hey, we got a
I mean,
free
she's
level
still hostile
up?
to you, Brent.
No, we're friends. Well, she no longer hates me, and is
That's the key
nice
word.
towards me.
I can just imagine
You get
Aethros
third
and
level
pt2
spells?
giggling together. It's just this right here.
Oh yeah, I have to open
Yeah.
up the edit menu. So with Matra's level up, she gains was it another learnt spell, and she gains a new Eldritch Invocation, which this time is going to be Agonizing Blast.
Guys,
And-
third level spell slots.
And she gets 3rd level spell slots officially. She used Thunderstep once, which that I would retcon that since it really didn't matter a whole lot, but now she can officially use it without issue. So
Okay.
she's Gucci. She feels a little more powerful, as like a little bit of arcane energy would crackle off of her fingers and then just disappear. All right,
And she got a max roll on her hit die too.
ooh, that's she has a decent con score. I'm gonna say, do I gamble the roll or do I give her the average? Party gets to decide. It would be a guaranteed 7 if we give her the average, or if I gamble the roll, then it would be whatever it is plus 2.
What is the dice?
Yeah. I mean,
She has 40 health otherwise. Like, she has more health than Miris right now. Even though his
What's
is
the
only
hit die,
temporary.
though?
The hit die is a d8. So it'd either be
I would
5 for the
personally
average
play it
plus
safe.
2, or it would be roll a d8, possibly getting 8 plus 2, or a 1 plus 2, like somewhere in that range. So
I would just
Average.
do the average.
yeah, it's the smarter way to do it. But less fun.
Oh yeah, very much less fun.
this is agreed by me too. But even I take the average a lot of the time. So
Yeah, like right before a boss battle, or we're splitting up the party.
ooh, she also
We need
has
this
an
much health.
increase to her proficiency modifier too, so she should hit more often.
Plus 3.
Sweet.
Yeah, now that she has agonizing blast, bonus to her proficiency bonus. She gets 2 eldritch blasts now. You like more than doubled in power from that level.
Yeah.
Yeah, level 5 is pretty big for warlocks.
Mm-hmm. What's your charisma modifier?
16.
Okay.
Sweet.
So plus 3.
Oh my god.
Well, time to go.
Yep. Let's get
Yeah.
get to it.
Okay. As Grand Priestess Frigus would be gone. God damn it, I deleted Matra again. Son of a freaking bitch. I think I gotta redo her level up now. It's okay, I didn't do a whole lot. Give me 2 seconds.
We're going north, aren't we?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are
we're
going
going up
up.
here. But no one thinks they need to make a check to jump across these bridges.
I'm gonna
need
give
to
you
do that.
guys the benefit of the doubt for this one.
Oh,
I mean, I put you guys through hell before.
I mean, in fairness, I don't have to do it.
Yeah, you don't have to. You can just do
Yeah.
your freaking spider shenanigans and make your way across.
Stand sideways on the wall, and I'll climb or walk on top of you. And just, like, step the
Let's
last
just
5
say
feet.
Dakota's 4 shit rolls caused me to lose a pinky, so I
Oh,
appreciate just
The
going
dice,
straight across.
the dice gods were not on your side during
Yeah,
those moments.
that's what you get for using cursed items.
I mean, I needed it. I don't have any health potions. So now that we're at these locked doors, do I have to
Okay.
pick them?
Hold on.
Oh.
It was.
Yeah.
What was the part? It was Arini, Ono, Ibrin, and Spit, right? Or was it?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Miras.
Mirrors.
Here. Yeah, we
So
took Spit.
Okay.
Which one of you guys next to the person you need to fight? You pack tactics. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I have to re-add Matra to the group again.
I accidentally opened the door.
Her sheets update though.
Oh yeah.
I was
I
like,
noticed
oops.
it, like.
Well,
lit
your
up.
door.
Oh.
I mean, in fairness, your door wasn't locked, but still,
Yeah.
you saw.
I was trying to
you
move-
see the
I was
things
trying
that
to move up.
happen.
I was trying to move up, and I was like, oops.
Given that you have Ono and you are all filled with determination, Ibrin, make a check with your thieves tools with advantage to unlock.
For what it's worth, Matra is listed as badly injured.
Oh, word! She has to get her. Oh yeah, I didn't redo her health.
Is that 1 HP?
Okay.
All right. Thank you for that. I forgot about that little tidbit. $22. You would successfully be able to unlock your door. Be able to make your way through. I'm gonna unpause time here. Wait, no, I gotta pause time because, you know, I'll let you open the door, and each group will make their way through the door before I split off things that are going on here, because some of you are immediately going to enter combat. So
Oh, I wonder which one.
can't possibly imagine.
Oh,
Okay.
As your group makes their way into this room right
Oh,
here.
lordy.
I gotta pan over to the other side here too. As you would see, we're gonna start with the top here for the moment as the other group makes their way into the other chamber. If we're going with stealth force, I'm gonna say for the group down below, everyone's gonna have to make a stealth check. As you would see very similar figures, like you fought the ice mephits that are like statues as of right now. They're like still in place in various parts of the chamber. So everyone in the Ibrin group's gonna make a stealth check, and then I'm gonna pan over to the other group.
I always feel like I have advantage for stealth for some reason.
You do not. I believe you have expertise in it though.
Yeah, I mean, your advantage is having a +10.
yeah.
+6, but still.
+4, +6.
Yeah, I meant like +10 overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this ain't looking good.
Stomp, stomp, stomp. Rip over something.
Look over at Aethros.
Let's see.
Why do I feel like it's gonna go poorly for them?
Okay, I'm gonna just reveal the roles so that way everyone understands the circumstance that Ibrin just walked into.
Oh no. Well, at least Ibrin's hiding.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna make it a group check.
Now, I mean, if we average it all together, it still would not be very high.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna pause that side for a hot second here as the party thinks they're making their way quietly through the chamber. As you open the door to the north end, you would see what remains of the traders of the Frost Druid encampment. A decent number of them, anxiously waiting. They've heard the rumblings of the fighting going down in the room before and have been kind of waiting for you all to appear. And as the door opens up, you would see that some of them who may have set their weapon, like unreadied themselves as you guys pondered who was going where, ready themselves back up. As the door opens, all of you, my wonderful crew, are going to roll initiative. Panning over to our other group here, as the druids themselves are, the party readies to fight the druids. Ibrin, Ono, Miris, and Irini. Ibrin, you know you're quiet. You are one. When it comes to stealth, you feel like you have mastered this art. However, as you're quiet, not making a sound as you're walking, everybody else in the party, between Irini's hooves and Ono's stilts and Miris not picking up his feet, they are loud and obnoxious as it radiates throughout this chamber. And you watch as oh word, I keep forgetting to change my thing back. You see these statues that have been still and in place begin to come to life. They kind of like break free of like a little icy like shell and immediately become hostile towards your group. All of you also have to roll initiative. Just gonna do all these massive initiative rolls for quick and then change my music to combat music.
Gotta be fucking kidding me!
Don't worry.
Ah.
I'm right there with you, bud.
Can I re-roll initiative?
No. Because I'm sure Aethros didn't give his advantage to anyone but himself.
Oh.
Okay.
Aethros doesn't know he can give it to anybody else.
I mean, that's fair. This is Aethros we're talking about.
I mean, he could probably think about it, but just chooses not to.
Oh, man, think... Oh, wait. This is not the music list that I wanted.
Looks like there's still 3 left.
Before you start going all
Oh,
ham
word.
over here, I also
You're
would not
leaning
be in the
Miris.
front of our group.
What was that, Ibrin?
For our group, I wouldn't be in the front. We would most likely have Miris.
Okay.
Who conveniently is going first, and I don't know if I'm going to get a
Straight
turn.
We got half an hour and a lot of things. Don't worry. I think we'll get through one round. All right. Starting off the split combats here. Miris, seeing the different creatures that are in front of him here, he's going to immediately begin moving forward.
Does he have Hex?
He does not have any actual spells left except for innate burning hands. So he's going to use a cantrip. Yeah, he's going to use Chill Touch on the ice mephit that is closest to him. Because it'll do more damage than his... without Hex, it'll do more damage, ideally, than his crossbow. Oh, come on, Miris. Oh, it still hits, even with a 3. I'm proud of him. And roll for damage. And not bad for damage. As you see the skeletal hand, like, I just envision it like pokes it on the shoulder, like people do, like joke on each other, and it like looks back and it just takes a bunch of damage. It also technically can't recover health until the end of its next turn. So, that'll be Miris' turn as he runs forward. His dagger like at the ready for if it gets close. That'll bring us to one of the berserkers that are fighting the other party. And they're going to take their turn to... What's their movement speed? 30. They're going to move... They're going to dash, actually.
Beautiful.
Start moving in close, and as they're dashing... No, they're not going to... Because technically they can rage, too. They're going to not waste that because they're not going to hit anything. As it makes its way closer to the party... We pan over to Matra with her newfound power. She looking through these doors, she would see she would see two of them. She would see the two berserkers that are closest to you. She's gonna reposition herself so that one doesn't have half cover, and she's gonna blast the one to the right
Blast.
with 2 Eldritch blasts.
He's gonna mess with both of them now.
Don't say that. Don't say that. That's my fear.
2 crit fails. Well,
The first one will hit for a decent amount of damage, and then she's gonna fire off a second one at that same creature. And crit fail on that one. That was not supposed to happen, but it did. As she tries to fire off a second blast, she's still not used to the new power that she has here, so she kind of puffs the smoke in front of her, and she looks down at her hand. She's like, "Oh, come on!" And she's going to. Does she have any bonus action spells? She does not have any bonus action spells. Okay, that's going to be her turn. As it pans us over to. Oh my god, the other berserker rolled really high. Okay.
yeah.
The other guy's gonna just move his movement. Get to about there. What does he have for things? He does not have a whole lot on his person, so he is going to just let out this bellowing yell. Particularly in your direction, Big Toon. He lets out this roar of anger. But that'll be his turn.
I just look back at him. Okay, I guess if you think that's intimidating.
That brings us to the ice method that is actually decently close to the party. It is going to dash and get right up next to the party. But it doesn't have anything it can do on its bonus action, so it's really there to be annoying more than anything else. We pan back to the party to the north.
This is going to be so much more entertaining when it's a VOD.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, not being able to see the other group is really worrying. Uh-oh, what's going on over there?
Uh-huh.
As an action, it's going to cast Long Strider on itself to give it an extra 10 feet of movement, so it can move 40 feet. Just knock that off. And start moving down the staircase to get towards the party. And that'll be its turn since it used its action. It doesn't have anything. Now, as a bonus action, it's going to use Shillelagh as a cantrip, so it can use Wisdom for its attack rolls. So that'll be its turn. Brings us to Arini, next to the Ice Method. She's going to. Ooh, it's in melee range. But she's gonna use Vicious Mockery since it's a saving throw spell and not an attack, and she's just gonna yell at it, "The fuck you looking at, punk?" And cast Vicious Mockery. Wisdom save. Actually, no. Let's actually cast it at it. Get rid of that guy.
Oh, good. I'm not last in our half of the party.
Alright, and then it has to make a Wisdom save. Her DC is 15. It fails, so it takes the damage. And that'll be... that's an action. Bonus action. She's... How many inspirations does she have left? I think she has 3. Right? Yes. She has... Oh no, she has 2 left, so she used 2 of them already. She's going to conserve her inspirations and make that her turn. because it was an action to use the spell. Which brings us to one of the back to the front party. I like how it's going back and forth. They're gonna take a couple steps forward. And looking down at the party, what is our ranges here? Oof, long range. It has nothing to lose. It's going to make an attack against pt2 with disadvantage, because that's long range. Oh wait, no. Regular range with a longbow is 150, so it's just going to make an attack roll against you. Oop. And it's going to miss. It has 2 attacks though, so it's going to make 1 more. And it'll miss the second one too, because it didn't roll higher than a 10. And that'll be its turn as it like starts yelling orders for everybody else to like make their way forward, like we got company. And that'll bring us to pt2.
Yeah. Alright, move up. Actually, I'm gonna move up 1 more spot. 30 feet, and then attack this guy with my hammer. Great him.
Alright, that's definitely
Assuming that's gonna hit. Decent damage.
For a nice 15 necrotic damage as you wail on him with his with your hammer, as he's like readying his axe, super pissed off. You can see like it leaves like the symbol of like the Raven Queen like imprint on like the armor as it like corroded it kind of away with the necrotic damage. In like a random face, like it's like facing like sideways or something. So that's a good chunk of damage.
Bonus action. I'm not gonna do anything with it.
Okay. Bring us to another ice method, which will dash. Get up to about there. Seeing the party make their approach. That'll be all it does on its turn. Another scout gets to go. Same thing, it's going to move up. And it's going to pluck a shot at pt2. But these archers, like Spit, also have pack tactics, so it'll have advantage. Well, that's just disappointing. Missed with the first attack because pt2's AC is insane. And it'll miss with the second one because it rolled the same number. Okay. Neat.
Wait till I get the shield spell.
I'll wait. That's okay.
Yeah.
That'll be its turn, brings us back to...
25.
Right?
Yeah.
That'll bring us to the other ice method, which will make its way over to Miris. And it is going to attack him with its claws. That'll be a 21 to hit, which will hit. I don't think Ona would use a silvery barbs this early. So it'll do the damage. Oof, for a decent chunk. Did 9 damage to Miris this time. Partially cold damage, partially slashing damage. As Miris and the Mephit fight off against each other. Bictune, it is your turn.
Alright. Since pt2 went to the one on the left, I'm gonna go to the one on the right. And then I'm going to slap him up Flare Glimmer.
Go for it. That will miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's alright. I'll give it a go. Once again.
That will hit, fortunately.
Ah. Whatever. I'll do it later. Okay, damage.
Alright. As you bring Flare Glimmer around for the first attack, seeing Aethros engaging the other one. As you're bringing your sword around the first time, it brings its axe down to kind of parry that off. And you ready your second attack by adjusting your footing and going in for another strike while he's vulnerable. This one making purchase and cutting clean across the leathery armor that he seems to wear on his person right now. And you make a nice, clean, cauterized cut across the side. The glimmers of the fire and the radiant energy coming with the follow-through. Get a decent chunk of damage.
Alright, and that's going to be it for me for now.
Alright. That brings us to Ebrin.
I can't.
Let's take a look here. Oh, that's cool. There's an ice method literally like right fucking next to us. Barely injured. Barely injured. Okay. So question, if I step right here, that does not provoke an opportunity attack, or does?
It would if you didn't use disengage. Has to be within
I'm not gonna
the
disengage, I'm
squares
gonna
around.
move.
Alright, so you're gonna risk an opportunity attack?
Yep.
Okay. For the sake of, I need you to be within 5 feet, I'm just gonna move you back for a hot second. Because it will definitely make that attack against you. And it will miss, so you're good.
Okay. So I would take, Jesus, too many clicks. I'd take a couple steps back. I'm going to target the one by Mirus. I will fire. Attack.
Alright, that'll hit.
This is hopefully a good roll.
Alright, for a solid 20. As you fire off this arrow, you watch as when the arrow pierces the chest of the ice mephit, you watch as it shatters into a bunch of splintering shards. Mirrors has to make a dexterity saving throw. Must have one of my control tokens and don't use. Oh, stupid. Okay. He has to make a DC 10 dex save. Which shouldn't be that bad. I say, knowing how the rolls have been, I jinxed it. How much damage do they take? Oh, I have to roll the damage yet. Oh, that's not too bad. Yours takes 3 damage.
I will target the other one. I will sharpshooter.
And that is a crit. So it will be the 4 plus 10, so 14 plus your dex mod, so 18 plus your die roll. So it would be 1d4. Wait, no, it would be, because it automatically adds your dexterity modifier, so it would be 1d, it'd be your regular damage just plus 14 for the situational bonus. Oh wait, no, plus your die rolls.
So-
Never mind. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. It would
So
be
10 plus 2 plus 14.
10.
What do you roll for damage dice?
He rolls a d8.
D6.
The d6, sorry. Oh wait, no, it's your second attack. It's a d4.
Oh, yep, versatile.
So it's 4 plus your sharpshooter damage plus. Oh yeah, no, it'd just be 4 plus your sharpshooter damage, and then the rest of it will be factored in with the die roll because it'd be a rolled d4
Yeah.
plus your modifier, so plus 14 damage. And then as your situational bonus damage. So sorry. All right, for a fucking solid 31 against the other one. That's enough. As you kill the other ice mephit, it'll also burst out into a set of splintering shards, the two of them going down almost immediately. I have to do the damage thing for that one. And that'll be, what is the damage? Alright, and they have to make dex save. Which their arenas would be pretty decent at dex save. Still takes the damage though. She has plus 6 to her dex rolls, and she rolled a 9. She needed to roll a 10. So she'll take 3 damage, and then oh no, also has to roll for damage. And then oh no, who I think Dragon's Breath would have ended at this point, so I have to make sure I remove that. But oh no, also should be oh no succeeds, so he doesn't have to take the damage. But I do got to remove concentrating from him because that spell ended a while ago. Okay.
Since I still had 15 feet of movement left, I'd move back up towards Arini. Be like, alright, 2 down. Gotta keep pushing through. And meet up with the other guys as soon as we can.
As Ibram begins making his way forward, the party beginning to make their way forward. That'll bring us to Spit. On the other side, back and forth. I love it. Spit's a strong boy, but he's gonna pull out his bow and take people on at a distance. What is Spit's intelligence? An 8. I feel like Spit would really want to help the party by trying to help take out the archers. He has an 8 for intelligence, which ain't bad.
Yeah. That'd be the smart thing to do. We got these 2 guys taken care of up front.
Yeah.
Short bow range is 80, 320. Is his range within range? Just barely not. He does have... Let me look at his fucking nimble escape thing quick. I think it might just be disengage. Disengage or hide. Seeing as how he can't... I mean, he could fight the other one, but he wouldn't get some of his bonuses fighting that. He's gonna fight one of the berserkers in the front here because he gets first round surprise attack too. So he'll have extra damage on one of them. Kill the one by Aethros looks a little less injured. He's gonna just shoot an arrow at that one. And then what's the extra damage? He does an extra 2d6 damage on the first round. With advantage because of pack tactic. Still has not rolled a crit since he has improved critical. I'm so sad for him. That'll hit though. And that'd be 14 damage. That's a good chunk of damage for Spit. So now, oh wait, no. There's still more combat to come. He's not going to burn his action surge on these guys. So that's going to be his turn. It's a decent chunk of damage. He hit like a nice, like a weak spot on one of the berserkers that Aethros is fighting, and then that was his turn. That brings us to Ona, who, hearing Ibrin, is going to start making his way through the chamber on his stilts, so he gets the full 30 feet. We get him to here. And now he can see the other methods that are in the chamber. He's going to fire off a firebolt at them. At the one that's slightly closer. That'll hit. Get some damage in. Let's see what he gets. Oh, nice. Okay. As he fires off a firebolt at the third ice method in the chamber, you watch as it explodes out into a set of splintering shards. That's 3 down out of 4. And then the other one has to make a dex save. Oh, wait.
Wait.
Yep, they do. Because they're not immune to cold damage. And they crit succeed on their save, so they don't take any damage. Alright. That'll be Ono's turn as he makes his way forward per Hedrun's request. That'll bring us to one of the other... Oh wait, never mind. There's a total of 5 ice methods in this chamber. That'll bring us to another one that hasn't gone yet. It's going to make its way forward. And dash to get to Ono. That'll be its turn. That'll bring us to the final Druid of the chamber, which will make its way a little farther forward. Right at the edge there. And they have... Okay, they're going to... Oh, nice. I mean, oh no. They're not going to be within range of that, so they're going to set up just in prepare. They're going to use Shillelagh to give themselves the ability to use Wisdom for their attacks. And as an action, they're going to do Bark Skin to boost their AC to 16. Their turn. We got through that round pretty dang quick.
Yeah.
A lot of setup, a lot of things in the room. We could probably get through one more round of combat before the end of the evening. So
Let's do it.
It'll be Miris's turn. Miris is going to action, move his full speed up to here. He'll see another of the methods, and he's going to once again do that thing he does and use Chill Touch. Oh, it worked! I forgot! He can hit on like a 3. He's good. Alright. And then damage. Not bad, not bad. As pulls his little skeletal prank that he do. That'll be his turn. Again, dagger at the ready in case anything comes close to him so he can strike it. That'll bring us back to the Berserker. That's by Aethros. It's going to rage. And it's going to make attacks against you. Plural. Right, with its Great Axe. As he swings his mighty axe at you, he rolls. God fucking damn, rolls a 3. So that brings him to like a 10. So that will be a miss. He's gonna make one more against you.
Is he raging?
He is currently raging, yes. He's raging hardcore. You punny guy, you. That'll be a 24 to hit.
Say something.
counter.
Yeah, I'll still rebarb him.
Okay.
And I'm going to give myself advantage.
Alright. With the silvery barbs, he would have rolled a crit, so he, by default, would just roll his
Ooh.
other one. So,
Okay.
Because it's the lower of the two. Wait, not an attack roll. Damn. You take 14 damage. As he like lets out this like roar like in your face, you see some like spittle come out of his mouth, like falling onto like your armor, leaving little saliva spots. That brings us to Matra, who freaking stupid token bullshit. Sorry, it's gonna bother me if I don't fix it because she's gonna move. One second again.
Sure, as long as
She's
you
not
don't
hostile.
hit her again.
So she has a blue ring, not an orange ring. She's gonna move forward. And she has more range than Spit does, but she sees kind of what he was thinking of doing. She's gonna fire off at the archers over on the side. GP. Got it. She rolled a 12. It was not enough to hit the first time. She's gonna fire off a second one. There we go. That's better. She'll hit with the second attack. For a decent chunk of damage. You see that the scout kind of like staggers as she hits him with the attack. They seem to be more so. They don't seem to be as well built as what the berserkers you're fighting are. That'll bring us to the berserker that's by Big Tune, who is also going to rage. And make a couple of attacks against you. And this with the first one. Another one. That will hit because it meets your AC.
Okay.
That'll be... How much damage would we do? For 13 damage.
I feel like Big Toon wanted to react to the first one, but he didn't, so instead he just did that. What I just posted there.
Not me about to check. Very nice, very nice.
Just show him the backhand, just...
Ugh. That brings us to a druid up on the top there. Since the back and forth creatures are starting to diminish, that'll bring him. He was the one who had Long Strider, so he's going to get to there. And he is going to, since Long Strider is not concentration, okay. It is going to use Entangle. On the party, everyone has to make a strength saving throw. As like vines start shooting up out of the tile, seemingly out of nowhere, almost as if it's magical.
What, magic? No.
So, Aethros, Big
Alright,
Tune,
strength.
and then I'll make one for Matra. But yeah, it would be a strength saving throw. Aethros will save. Matra does not. And that leaves us with Spit. And Big Tune has to roll on yet too.
What do I have to roll? What am I rolling? I'm sorry.
Strength save.
Okay.
Spit will succeed. And Big Tune will succeed. So just Matra's the one who is entangled, technically. And she's considered restrained until she makes a strength save to fail, or to pass, or until he's dead, I guess, or until the spell ends. But everybody else is unaffected. So I think I'm going to just remove the squares, because it's annoying me. And add a condition to Matra. There we go. So she has a speed of 0 right now. And I think that's the big one for restraint. You can't really do any actions. Never mind, because you were restrained permanently in the binds. So she can't do anything until she breaks free from the strength save. Okay. That is going to be the Druid's turn. That brings us to Irene down the bottom end, who's going to do the thing that she was told to do and make her way through the chamber. She's actually going to move past Oh No off to the side and help him. She has 35 feet of movement. And she's going to look at the Ice Method. And she's going to say something witty and cast Vicious Mockery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in that space today, right now. But it'll be...
No, I think she literally just says, something witty!
Something witty! I can see that. I'm going to roll a save. It fails, so it takes the damage. And saving her Bardic Inspiration, knowing that there's a bigger battle coming ahead, she's going to end, that'll be the end of her turn. Scout that was hit by Matra. It's going to look down and see more people. Seeing 2 people who can fight at range. He's gonna fire at Spit. Since he wasn't able to hit either Aethros or Big Tune successfully. No pack tactics this time. Missed with the first attack. Good job, Spit, for dodging out of the way.
There's
That's
always
one
pack
more.
tactics. We're family here.
Okay, Vin Diesel. Hit with the second one for some damage against Spit. And that'll be the end of the Scout's turn. He's gonna stay where he's at. That brings us to you, Aethros.
Alright, time to off big guns. I'm gonna use my Twilight Blessing. Start giving everyone temp HP.
Sweet.
Okay. Perfect. As you utter an incantation, the dome of dim light appears around everybody. And yeah.
Yeah, bonus action, not gonna do anything, so give myself temp HP.
Heck yeah, you will.
10.
Perfect. Are you planning on staying where you're at then?
Yeah.
Okay. Ice Method that is injured is going to make its way towards Miris again. And this time, it's going to use its Frost Breath. Still only able to hit Miris though. Miris has to make a Dex save or take half damage. So what's the damage? Decent. Miris, how do you roll? Doobie doobie doo. Miris passes, so he would take half damage. Alright, and that will be Mephit's turn, because that's all I can do. That'll bring us to the other scout. It's going to move forward again. To there. And it's going to, following the other one's lead, it's going to target someone in the back. Seeing as how Matra's entangled, it's going to fire at Matra. No pack tactic. That will hit Matra. Some non-damage. She'll take 8 damage from that. But that'll be what the scout... Oh wait, no, the scout can make 2 attacks. Never mind. You can fire off another attack at her. Second one will also hit. Not for as much damage that time, though. That brings us to Bictune.
Alrighty. Well, I think... Oh, yeah, actually, before I go off doing things, I want to see if you'll maybe allow some shenanigans, maybe.
I'm listening.
So I'm just thinking, like, hypothetically, if I could distract the guy that I'm attacking, could I gain any sort of advantage over him? Like if I telepathically spoke to him and tried to get him into turning around?
I would say...
Just play mind games the entire time.
I mean, like, I'm not saying, like, I mean, I feel like it wouldn't work every time in the sense of, like,
Right.
I'm the same person. Like, they'd probably fall for it once and be like, I'm not falling for it again. But...
I would say what he would... Yeah, I would say what you would have to do is, if you're trying to get him to turn around, for you, it would be a telepathic persuasion check against his... for him, it'd be an insight check.
Yeah, I just want to be like, look out behind you.
It'd be contested, but if you succeeded, I would say, as you turn around, your next attack roll against him would have advantage. So it would give you advantage on the first one, but the second one would be a normal roll.
Yeah, because then you would be like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to try.
There's no bluffing. Since he doesn't have insight on his character sheet, everything's based off of his stat rolls, so he rolled a wisdom check to see if he understood. And he rolled a 15. So, the two of you are contested. But... it's contested. It's not a meets-beats situation.
No, I feel like it would not be,
I feel like it would fizzle. I feel like it wouldn't work this time. He's too intuitive on the situation. But if he rolled lower than you, it would have worked.
And I'm guessing that's probably going to be a 1 per person, not 1 per round.
Most likely. You don't feel he'd fall for it a second time, regardless of how big and bulky and maybe dumb he might be.
Right. Okay. Alright, well, then I'm just going to attack him.
Doing your swinging of the sword. Flare Glimmer at the ready. Okay, let's see. That'll hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Sweet.
Alright, for a nice solid 8 as you bring your sword up. Him, maybe for the moment, like, while not fully caught off guard, wondering what that voice was in the back of his head. You're able to cleave another strike against him. Again, the wounds immediately cauterizing as the fire takes effect. Go ahead again, sir, since you are only person with 2 natural attacks besides Ebrin.
Ooh!
Okay. I'm gonna say... Big Tune... Roll an attack roll again.
Uh-oh.
Okay. As you bring your sword up to attack him again, bringing the follow through, your thought process was like, man, that's a great idea, trying to get into people's heads, and in a way you distract yourself, as Flare Glimmer is launched from your hands, but it hits the back of Aethros' armor and like lands at your feet. Aethros, you would feel a bump on your armor, but you take no damage, as it was like the hilt of the sword. So,
Hey, watch it. This is new armor.
Oh, my bad, dude.
so you'll
Better
have to
buff out.
you'll have to pick up Flare Glimmer for one of your. You could use an interaction to pick it up because it's right next to you, so you won't have to worry about missing your attacks next time. You just have to do that before you would make attacks next time. Otherwise, it's claws. But it's right next to you. So nice. It was a good try. It was a good try.
I telepathically speak to the berserker again, and I say, "Huh? It was worth the effort, wasn't it?"
Get out of my head!
Never.
That's all on your turn, sir?
Yep.
Okay, that'll bring us to Ebrin.
No, end of his turn, I'm going to give him temp HP.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Ho, ho,
There you
ho.
go.
If it doesn't let you... Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Yep.
Glad we figured that out. Okay. Ebrin, you're up, my dude.
Busting out the moves. First of which, move up a little bit.
There.
We will attack this guy.
25 will hit. Alright, as you fire off your psionic arrow, following the same process you've been doing this whole time, you hit it, it explodes into a shard of shards of ice. And the damage is... Oh, it wouldn't be that bad. But he still has to make a dex save, so that way he might not have to do it.
That die
Oh,
was
this is-
fucking violent on my screen. Like projected onto the bottom, then it just ripped.
Alright, as it's...
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, it shatters into shards of ice on the ground. Ono's able to kind of cover himself so the shards of ice don't hurt him. He succeeded on a saving throw.
Nice. I will target the next one. This one I will sharpshooter.
Yeah, mother trucker. So plus 14,
Versatile.
plus 14 for your situational damage. Fucking hell. As you destroy the ice method. The nice thing about this one is Ebron's not in a square that he'd be impacted, so it shatters into nothing, and Mirius is fine.
As a rogue, you said the other day I can move an additional 30 feet. If I already used my bonus action,
You would
can I
not
still do that?
know,
Okay.
because you can dash as a bonus action. So if you didn't attack, you could have dashed another 30 feet.
Okay. Good.
As you look around the room, sorry, I interrupted you, but as you look around the room, you don't see any more of those statues currently in your way. However, since we are doing combat tracker, it'll be movement on people's turn for combat.
Can I make an investigation check?
Sure. What are we trying to investigate?
What's in these crystals? Crystal in front of us. Is there anything else that I might be able to see with an investigation check?
Okay, go for it. You had me real worried for that one. It almost was a 4. So, As you look around, you see the crystals inside this room. You see that they seem to be pulsating a translucent, like, green color that kind of lights up the entire room, providing the light source for you all to be able to see. You can tell based off of looking at these, you don't feel any, like, they're housing arcane power, but you can't feel the arcane coming off of them. They seem to be channeling it to a different source. So it's coming in from somewhere, being transported here, and then moving to another location. You see the two doors on the far end, the far ends of each part of the room here. And you don't, like, coming from each of the other chambers, you don't feel, like, you don't feel like a emanating presence of sorts, but the doors are rather large and thick, so it's hard to say if it's masking that presence or not.
Is it safe to assume the giant crystal in the room is the one of the two things we need to destroy in this area?
You would feel that it's probably not the conduit that you are after. This is
Oh.
moving power, but it is not the one you feel you need to destroy.
But it is moving power. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I can't move it or do anything else, so
You would,
I end my turn.
I will say, because you rolled a 22, you would see that the binds that are on those crystals have, in some form of elvish text, a form of warding magic put upon them. And they kind of, like, pulsate that translucent green color on, like, the binds around them seem to, like, pulsate that green color as well. And you would recognize from your time with, from your time in the astral plane and the reading that you've done, that this is some form of warding bind, probably protecting these from damage of some sort. But you can tell it's probably not the ones you're meant to destroy. It's not what's harnessing all the power. It's simply pulling it here and then moving it farther into the chamber.
Alright. Yeah, I have my turn.
Alright. Spit, now being inside in the dome, he's feeling confident. The party's doing good. He's going to get to here, and now he should be good to fire at the one in the back. Yeah, he'll be fine. It's a range of 90. So he's gonna fire off a shot at the scout that's been trying to pluck him and Matra off. No pack tactic. That'll hit. It's gonna do some damage. As he hits the arrow. He's been working on his aim. He hits an arrow in the, like, nicks a vital area, and you see that the scout seems to be a bit worse for wear now, being pretty weakened from that attack. It'll be his turn, which will bring us to Ono, who's going to follow what he was told to do, and just on his still continue to book it across the room. Because there's no active threats, he's actually going to dash. He's going to dash to the right. Get to about there. He'll yell back at you, Ebrin. Hey, Ebrin, which room are we gonna go into? There's two doors, and then that'll probably be, like, the end of his turn. You'd have a moment to respond if you wanted to.
Telepathically, I'd be like, do either of them say anything?
He would not be able to see what the one on the far side said, but he could make a check to see if he recognizes what's being said. Actually, no, he has Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Gnomish for languages. He would probably need to do a
Or
check.
does he feel any arcanic power coming from anything?
He would look at the door. I can't read the writing on the top of this door here. And then he would, like, try and kind of hone in to see if he feels anything. The only thing that I could kind of feel is maybe some of the magic from these crystals here, but I can't tell where it's going. I can't tell if it's going to the north or to the to the east, and he like shrugs his shoulders, and like kind of signals for like Miris or someone to like come his direction, or like everyone to like make their way somewhere. Bottom of the round is the last druid.
Oh. I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want to
temp HP.
but can I give spit temp HP?
Yes, you can. I'm so sorry. I keep cutting you off.
Oh, no worries. I was looking at my phone at something and then I realized, oh crap, Spit's turn is already over.
Since we're telepathically linked, we're within his circle. Can't we get temp HP?
Nope.
No.
Could you imagine if that worked?
That's like some straight up Wi-Fi bullshit.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi
don't
with
wanna
great
extend
range,
my
up
darkness
to a
that
mile.
far. You gotta be within my darkness.
Yeah. Has to be Aethros's darkness or no darkness. His
Yeah.
way or the highway.
Uh-huh. Not anyone else's darkness. Their darkness isn't as cool as my darkness.
They are. What's the range of these attacks? What's the range of the party? Yeah. Nah, they're not gonna do it this turn. They're gonna hold their turn for a specific trigger. And that'll be the end of the round. So they're holding their action for a specific trigger. Can't hold their whole turn, but they can hold their action. And for next time, that'll bring us to the top of the round with Miris at the top. So maybe Ian will be here. If not, I'm perfectly okay playing Miris. So, as the party is split, heading two different directions, 4 of you heading to face Hedrun, both to fight as well as essentially keep her distracted so the other party can do their work. And the second party going to face, for the final time, Sefik Caltro and eliminate the arcane conduit giving Hedrun power. As you make your way through your chambers, some of you in combat, some of you destroying ice mephits with a single blast from your arrows. I'm going to end it there for this week. I'm very excited. I wasn't... I'm going to end the recording for this.